I have no idea what they're talking about. I know. I had the headphones on. I didn't hear, and I didn't really worry about it. No, I'm good, Hank. Thanks.
Thank you for reminding me. I had to wait for a few minutes. The young lady was back there. All right. We got a 7-minute interview coming up with Rampy. We'll start the show with Tyler and me going back and Tyler and me. God, that's this morning. With me and Matt Llewellyn going back and forth here, and then we'll go to that interview, and hopefully it'll cover the national anthem here, so we'll be able to 7:40 or 6:40. Yep, that's 30 seconds, huh? That's not bad. 6:40. Yep. Well, we got to give it to those kids in band. They've been out here since it was hot, real hot. You ready? You're starting the fight song in 10 seconds. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Lawrence High School football on KLWN. Lawrence High football brought to you by the 23rd Street Brewery. And every week, the 23rd Street Brewery brings me a guy by the name of Matt Llewellyn, who sits beside and handles the color commentary and does it in such great fashion. And Matt, we got a tough contest here tonight.
We do, but it's got it. How great is it to be back in the friendly confines of Lawrence High School? 1 week away feels like it was a month away.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back here, and we do. This Olathe North team is really, really good. Number 2 in 6A, and we're up for a challenge tonight, Hank.
No question about that. They've beaten some teams that are also very, very good, just as the Lions have, and they've also beaten teams in the Sunflower League that were neighbors of theirs through the years, and 5-0, 5-0. That's the two records for the Lions and the Fighting Eagles tonight. The Lawrence High Lions offense led by Jackson Dooley, their quarterback, and then great running backs in Devin Neal and Graham Huff. We also have a quarterback that leads his team on the other side of the football here tonight, and that young man, just a junior, but he's a guy that has really been outstanding this season. Noah Palmer, 5'10", 180-pound junior quarterback. He played free safety last year, I believe, and this year also does some defensive back work, but mostly he's out there at quarterback. And his coach really described him as the team leader as a junior, and that doesn't always happen either, Matt.
No, but very much like this team, Hank. Last year, it was the whole team was juniors. We had some senior leaders that was great to have, but for the most part, everybody was a junior, and everybody's grown up this year. So we're looking for those Lions to do some good things against that group from North this week. But the fact that they've got a junior on their team leading the team is a little different. But Dooley was a junior last year, and you can see what a difference a year makes.
Oh boy,
Dooley has grown up huge.
Now that's also something to think about, but not till next year, but we'll go into that later. This year, our seniors have turned into the great juniors, were juniors last year, and they're great this year and even better. We'll be back on KLWN right after our interview with the Lawrence High School coach, Steve Rampy. Okay, do a minute, and then come back with the interview. Do a minute. Yeah, right. Take this into the interview.
sat over there by Shane, and then, because there was a pretty big dude from Free State that was going out, and he's huge. No, it was not.
You hear the coach all right?
Why would they go? Why would they give them permission? I gave them the building back. Why would they go? And I knew Nick would have done that, and I knew Jay would have done that.
Why would they go into that?
Yeah.
There's plenty in the building or over there by.
No, I'm in my new classroom right off the rotunda. But there's still no reason to be in there.
Right. Where's that at?
Like as soon as you walk in the building and go down that first hallway, it's very.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were.
Which I came up here in August and cleaned it up and moved a bunch of shit over there.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was just an empty room. He spilled some kind of muscle milk all over the desk, and it's just there. I haven't seen here's the first room, and I haven't seen any of it. I haven't either. I don't prefer to.
I'm in here every day.
Only when there's a laptop, like a laptop that was plugged in, I unplugged it, moved it, like I just put it all in a stack right on the floor. Last point, if you wanted me to take it, put it in Dr. Johnson's office, because she gave me permission, and she probably didn't care if you all the shit's in her office. And since when can you use the bathroom in an office?
I think that shit's new. Must have been.
It's been
Since we've been here. I've used it. I haven't used it too.
Where are we on the rankings in 8-10 varsity? Do you know?
I believe it.
We're number 1 in Kansas City.
As the seniors line up, we'd like to thank you for your time and dedication for the Lawrence High School community. You have brought joy to thousands and have created memories for a lifetime. Congratulations.
Yeah.
He talks about last week here. You can listen to him. Trouble catching the ball.
Natalie Shepard. Mikey Williams. Palm Squad. Jordan Contreras. Annie Golder. Ren Payne. Flutes. Grace Barnett. Gracie Moore. Jordan Peaches. Evelyn Servant. Clarinets. Allison Bell. What is this? Sarah Nichols. Trinity Short. Michaela Sisson.
Talk about the holding penalties here. All the holding penalties.
Shaylin White. Alto saxophone. Ethan Berkeley. Aiden Kahn. Benji Schrupp. Tenor saxophone. Eva Marcolatos. Sebastian Smith. Mellophone. Salvador Good. Kurt Johnson. Trombone. Max Chisholm. Eric Johnson. Connor Jones. Mara Robinson. Baritone. Max Dryland.
This is a dark football field.
Kristen May. Jack Oliverius. Isaac Steiner. Drummaker. Ella Perkins.
Next week, will he use this equipment out there, or will he use his own equipment? Nick?
Probably his own.
Okay, so I'll take this with me.
Yeah, and if you want to take that headset, that'd be something we could hand off to you tonight, so you could take that
should I?
headset. Well, yeah, he'll have one for you.
I'll use his.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
William Hayes. I'm going to try that again. Bill Hayes. Vincent Ocher. Bass drum, Angela Vickers. Eva Ruiz Chavez. Emily Jacobson. Adam Walford. And Jaden Ellis. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2020.
That's the FIU. That's 10 miles from here.
Great. One minute.
Melody.
and Cypress Ridge.
Do we have some mellophones that I missed? Trumpets. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can get them because I don't have them on my list. Ray Flandis.
Yes, come on. 4 more.
Isaac No.
Yes. 3 more trumpets.
Leo Myers.
Welcome back to Lawrence High School football at the home field tonight. And Matt, I feel good about that home field. It doesn't have quite the advantage of the crowd, but you look over there in the stands, although it's kind of dark up in those stands here tonight, it certainly is a good Lawrence High School group over there. They've just been introducing senior members of the band and also members of the cheerleading squad and all the different people that are seniors here that help out with all of this part of the football season. Great to see all those seniors here being recognized tonight. Their last game on their home field, although the LHS band, I'm sure, will be over there at Free State next week.
Well, yeah, and we hope that we've got a lot of games in November over here too, Hank. At least I do. And you know what? It's a pretty decent crowd. They're all socially distanced, but even with the socially distanced, you still see a pretty good crowd. I mean, there are people in every section, and on this side too. Even with just the 2 people per player, looks like they've filled out that 2 player per player minimum anyway.
I promised I would not spend a lot of time reflecting on past LHS Olathe North games. I can remember a few that had knocked your socks off, like a game that my next-door neighbor kicked the winning field goal, and that's left in indelible recording somewhere.
Well, what are you talking about? How about the first Olathe North game you and I called, where I almost broke your shoulder when Nathan Padilla caught the ball in the corner of the end zone, and I jumped all over you. I was so excited for that game-winning touchdown catch.
It has been an exciting game so many times, and actually my first broadcast of Olathe football was when it was Olathe High School at the old high school field, and that field goal came in that same field. But Gene Weir has been a big part of this team, and he came back after he spent about 7 years down in Texas. The gentleman out there coaching the Eagles, Chris McCartney, has been on this staff for 26 years, Matt. So he's been around for all of those years of Gene Weir, the couple of guys that came in between him and Coach Weir. Then Weir came back, and of course after Weir retired,
John Flood coached him when they were for a couple years, and then he switched to baseball, and then McCartney took over for Flood.
That's right, and those guys have been a part of Olathe North through all of that quarter of a century. Think of that. Back into the 1990s, they've been coaching there at Olathe North, so they know this game.
It's
and
got
they
a
know
great
that
football tradition in Olathe North.
wonderful football tradition. And, yeah, some of the other Olathe schools pop up there every year to also challenge Olathe North, but year after year and season after season on the football field, Olathe North usually carries the weight.
Well, and very similar to the situation at Lawrence, in that Olathe North is a very diverse school. They're very, very proud. Being an Eagle means a lot at Olathe North. And I can say maybe not quite as much as it does being a Lion, but that's the only reason I say that is because I'm a Chesty Lion. But it means a lot, and they're very, very prideful at Olathe North. One of the sayings they have is, "You're in high school once, but you're an Eagle forever," and they mean it, and they kind of live it. I mean, they really are. It's really a great school, and very similar to what we have here at Lawrence High as far as student body and the way. Just the prideful way they carry themselves.
You have it. And the football team this year, think of how they have sacrificed so much of their private lives to do this.
Yeah, and they have, they lost 3 very, very key players because they said they weren't going to, the school district said they weren't going to play, and so those 3 key players went up to Iowa and started playing up there. And so they totally had to remake their team and figure out how they're going to do it without them, and you know what, they've done pretty darn well, ranked number 2 in 6A.
One thing for sure, Lawrence High School has been the traditional number 1 school, but not in the 21st century. The number 1 ranked school in this part of the state has been that school down there at Derby that we bumped into last year in the playoffs. Lawrence High School this year may have to do that very same thing at some point in time. They're another outstanding season at Derby High School, and we'll see what happens. There is, according to Steve Rampion, all of his estimations, going to be a playoff, and after this Free State game and after this game, the Lions certainly would be in line to be in a playoff situation.
Well, no question about that. They're in line to be the number 1 seed, Hank, and I'll tell you, and I spoke to Nick Wood before the game. I also spoke to Dr. Lewis, our superintendent, and both those guys really think there's going to be a playoff. There should be a playoff, and in this crazy year, you never really know what's going to happen, but there should be a playoff, and Lawrence High will be ranked number 1, barring anything crazy happen. I shouldn't say crazy. We've got to go out and play this game, and we've got to win it. And although I truly believe we're going to, and we've got to go out and play next week, and we got to win that game against Free State. I mean, we lost the game last year, and boy, that was terrible. But we got to focus on this game tonight, Hank. And I know that these kids they have not lost focus. They know Olathe North is a huge challenge for them. It's a really, really good team, and, we're going to have our work cut out for us tonight.
Lawrence High School next week will play Free State, and I should mention the fact that you will also be the Lawrence High School protagonist in that ball game, or not the antagonist for the Lions. You'll be the cheering squad in that press box for the Lions, because Nick Swert, who calls the Free State team, will do the play-by-play. Usually we go in there together, sit real close together.
A lot of times we'll go in with 4. I mean, we've done it with 4 of us before. That's a little crazy, but you got to have a Lawrence High squad and a Free State squad when you do that game, and I certainly fit that bill. You fit that bill for a Lawrence High guy. And you try to be way too objective for me, Hank. I don't like that at all. I like it when you're pro-Lion all the way. I could not do an objective call.
Matt Llewellyn has taken over the Hank booth of the 1990s and the 1980s and the late 1970s, because I was the one cheerleader that could be heard screaming from the press box out at Haskell Stadium or anywhere else the Lions might be playing. The good news is that Matt will be there. He'll be the color commentator for Nick Swert, as Nick is the primary caller of those Free State games throughout the season, and he's going to be there doing the play-by-play for both teams. I won't do the Lions this year, but you'll be the color commentator up there, because putting 4 guys in there, and our TV fellas, or our internet fellas, doing the broadcast as far as the television is concerned. You folks can be watching on your TV or your smartphone or whatever else you might have handy. Those will all be crammed in there together, and adding me in there and maybe even one more person would just be silly with this whole situation the way it is. So I'm the most possibly affected by COVID I wasn't going to say that darn word the whole night, but I said it once. That's all I'll say. It COVID-19 pandemic most affecting the older generation. So I'll be the guy that stays out of the mix of all of you youngsters up there. And actually, Matt, you're getting pretty close to that 55 group, aren't you?
Hey, we don't need to talk about my age. Yes, of course I am. But we don't need to talk about that. I'm double nickel next year.
That's it. There you go. Well, it's Hank Boop and Matt Llewellyn in the press box tonight at Lawrence High School at the Lawrence High School football field. We know in just about 5 minutes we're going to kick off a heck of a football game. Right now, let's take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Lions football on KLWN. You can always depend on Lions football.
Oh, no worries, buddy. You got it squared away.
I'm sorry, what did he say?
He played a commercial while we were talking.
Oh, I wondered about that. I thought maybe somebody... what scared me was that we... I see. What happened for me was that I assumed that we had just missed the cue ourselves. No, I think the main thing is, I don't know who's doing the board op on the game next week, but Nick will take good care of those breaks, I'm sure.
Don't even get me started on that, like, I'm just saying you should.
Politics talk.
Well, if we need to support Trump, you can fuck off. How about that?
The Lawrence Lions decked out with those red jerseys and the dark black numerals made their entryway out here on the field. The black Lions helmets with the white stripe tradition for many, many years. They've got those new ones now, though, as they've got a more safety effective helmet. One thing for sure, Matt, the two teams now in white uniforms, white jerseys for Olathe North with their dark, I believe, blue numbers. And white helmets, they sure are a contrast out there on the field. Lawrence High School is going to be going out to flip that coin here in just a moment. We didn't catch any indication as the Lions left the field which team had won that preliminary coin toss. This is just a matter of formality to have one player go out now, and you can catch that number for me because...
Yeah, of course, it's Devin Neal for the Lions and Abram Phillips for the Eagles.
So Abram Phillips is a senior, plays the running back and also linebacker for the defense of the Olathe North team. They're separating them out now, and it looks like the Lions are going to be... They won the toss, and they will defer until the start of the second half, and the receiving team then will be the Olathe North Fighting Eagles. The Eagles will be receiving the kickoff here tonight to start the game from the Lions. The Lions will have the first possession of the second half. Lawrence High School and Olathe North, the Eagles and the Lions here tonight. Matt, you've watched a lot of Lawrence High and Olathe North games through the years.
I have, Hank, and I don't know what it is, but I get goosebumps. I do that a lot before the kickoff of every game. I just get so excited, and but there is something about a Lawrence High Olathe North game that's kind of just a hair more exciting than most.
I tell you, the one that always used to do that for Lawrence fans, one was Topeka High School, the Lions Topeka game.
Yeah.
Way back.
We're talking about guys your age.
And then Shawnee Mission North.
I don't ever remember losing to Topeka. Ever.
Shawnee Mission North was a great rival for many years, kind of like Lawrence High Olathe North became in the 21st century, the 20th century.
Late 80s, Olathe North started to become a big rival, and certainly in the 90s, and then in the 21st century, North was it. I mean, North was the rival. Free State becoming, once they built Free State, that was the big rival, but Olathe North is the much more traditional rival.
And that goes along with Shawnee Mission North and other teams that the Lions played on a regular basis. You know, back in the real old days, Ottawa was a big rival just down the highway on 59. And Atchison and Leavenworth. Those were teams the Lions played every year through their league affiliation at that time. Well, now it's the Sunflower League, and two of the key players in that league, Olathe North and the Lions, are out here now. One's in the Eastern Division, that's Olathe North. The Lions are in that Western Division of 6A. They'll be teamed up with all those Wichita schools and the far west schools like Dodge City in the playoffs. If they have some, we'll see how all that works out. The Lions ready to kick it off, and Matt, you've watched the kickoff all season long, and we've had some real dandies. This evening, that wind looks like it's died down quite a bit.
I don't see a lick of wind. It's harder to tell. There are no flags up. No flags moving around, so you think that the wind is not a factor right now.
No factor really in the game as far as handling the football or throwing the football. Maybe getting it up high in that windy area above the stadium will get something going with it, but right now the wind, probably what there is at the back of the Lawrence High School kicker, and he is just about ready to boot that ball down the field. There's the boot, and Calendar gets the ball high in the air on the far sideline, taking it about the 8-yard line, and up that sideline comes the Olathe North player, just gets past the 20-yard line up to about the 23 on that far side of the field. He caught that ball on the sideline and just inside the 10 and ran it right back out about 15 yards to about the 13, 12-yard line.
Yeah, and he seemed to really
22-yard line.
He kind of seemed to photograph where he was going, and the Lions were able to just kind of stop him right there. There was really no real challenge either way.
At the 22-yard line is where they'll have their first play from scrimmage tonight, that being the Fighting Eagles. Their quarterback, number 30, Dandy. He's really good. Noah Palmer. He has by far the most rushing and, of course, passing yards of this team. Heads over to the right side for his first run, and boy, there's a good hole over there just off the outside hip of that right end, the tight end on that side, and the handoff went to the tailback, and it takes it to the 29-yard line. That last ball carrier, number 11, it looked like Joseph Triscornia. He is a senior running back. And pickup of 7 yards. It's second down and 3 yards to go. The ball just shy of the 30-yard line. Matt, you have to really keep your eyes on those glasses on the field tonight, because the Lions in those jerseys with the dark numerals, hard to pick them out. Here comes the quarterback keeper. He turns the ball up the field. He's got a first down and then some. Running that ball well and very, very quickly gets past the line of scrimmage where that hole was created by his line, then picks up another 10 yards.
Yeah, and Corbin Oberzon had a beat on him, but boy, it was 10 yards before Corbin could make contact and trip him up and stop him. But also Kenton Simmons in there on the defense right now. Kenton's a name that we haven't called that much this year for the Lions.
And again, Noah Palmer, that quarterback, carried that ball up to the 39-yard line. First down there. He's going to keep the ball again and slides. He slipped down on this field. I don't think it's damp out there. He just couldn't keep his feet. Noah Palmer loses yardage on a running play, and he doesn't do that very often. It's a loss of a couple. Make it 3 yards, and it's second down and 13. The football field here at the Lions Stadium was his worst enemy, not a Lions player on that, although he may have been looking at a filled-up hole defensively that he was planning to try to quick turn, and his feet wouldn't go with him.
Yeah, loss of 3 on the play, second 13.
And it's down at the 36-yard line, still in their own territory, of course. Here's the handoff, big wide to the left play, all the way out to the left side, and a pickup of those 3 lost yards. I think that wideout, number 7, I think, carried that football.
No, Hank, that was number 5. That was Love. Love's going to get most of the carries tonight for the Eagles. But I'll tell you what, the great thing about that,
they got a penalty. The greatest thing about it.
Here we go. But Cole Mondi followed that play the whole way, and that started way deep in Eagle territory. But Mondi had a beat on him the whole entire way and forced him out of bounds right past the line of scrimmage. But none of it makes a difference because there was a big holding on the play, and that's going to bring up second down and a bunch.
Well, it looks like about 20 yards to go now. Second down and close to
25. Hey,
yeah, they're back to 25 yards. It's way back there inside the 25-yard line at the 24. And now after that holding penalty far out to the left side of their offense, they're going to try it over to the right side again, and the Lions are there to stand them up. Now a third down and very, very long. Well, the penalty sure helped, and the slippery field or the slippery feet of the quarterback helped a little bit on that. Then one of the players held, and that didn't help them any, but now a third down and long. We're just underway. First possession by either team, 9:39, and the clock ticking down here at the Lions Stadium. Matt?
Well, you had all the linebackers, all the linemen really following that play again, able to get a couple, but not much, and so it's bringing up a lot of yards on third down.
23, third down and 23 for Olathe North. Big play here. The quarterback stands back in that pocket. He's going to run it out to the right side. Didn't throw it then either, and the Lions are there to stop him just after he gets by the 30-yard line.
Flag on the play
and
again.
A flag down on the play, and it's against Olathe North. The Lions probably will decline this one as the North Eagles are still way back in their own territory, and a penalty might
declined.
be. It declined, and the Lions should be getting ready for a punt situation here as the Fighting Eagles now face third and about 20 as they'll be lined up and getting ready to boot that football. Fourth down and a bunch, and the punter headed out on the field. The Lions put the punt return team out there, and it looks like, and is number 1 out there for LHS, Trey Jackson. He drops back to just inside the 30, make it to 37, 38, 39, walking up to the 40 now, and the punter, Bill Olathe, takes the snap, drops the football, big rush, he's stopped and tackled down inside the 25-yard line. The Lions have done it again. They're going to have an early possession against their opponent. In danger is the red zone territory at the 12-yard line. The snap was dropped by the punter.
And Evan Bannister, you love calling a guy's name that you don't call that much, but Evan Bannister able to plow back there quick and stomp on that ball. So great job by Evan.
That's the number that you may not have seen much of, and again on that punt team, Bannister was the guy that got through there and got that stop done. Great job by the punt defense on that. No return, but look at the return we have. It's first down just outside the 10-yard line for LHS. First offensive play coming. And Billy hands it off. Going to Neal on the outside. He's going to turn that corner and parade over that goal line. First offensive play, Lions, after a big punt mistake, and the Lions make one play and one touchdown, put on the board LHS way. It took them a little longer to get that ball back, 8:39 on the clock, but the Lions always seem to be scoring on a mistake early in these games this year. Here comes the try for the extra point by Galender. He has the ball snapped, put down and up. It's perfect right through the goal post and high in the air. He was kicking it kind of low last week. I think he got that ball kicked way high in the air this year. 7-0. Lions lead it early going here. First quarter, not quite halfway through. We'll be back with the kickoff by the Lions again after this timeout.
Enjoy the best that 21st Century Dentistry has to offer at Enhanced Dental Care of Lawrence.
My name is Kristen. I started going to Enhanced Dental 10 years ago. I've just been really impressed with Dr. Moriarty. He is really on top of the latest technology and the best practices for doing things.
Enhance your smile. Relax and save time with the latest in dental technology at Enhanced Dental Care of Lawrence.
I think that Enhanced Dental Care of Lawrence is the best. I really do.
Once again, the Lions get an early mistake turnover by the opposition team, and the Lions are cash in on it in one play style, lead it 7-0 after the 11-yard run by the great running back as the Lions are able to put that touchdown on the board right off the bat. First play, and we got Devin Neal over the goal line one time. Let's see what happens on this kickoff coming up by Galender. He approaches that football and boots it high once again deep down on that far side of the field and up to the 10-yard line and breaks through. He's got just a couple of people to beat. The Lions are trying to hold him from behind. The Lions missed him on tackles inside the 20-yard line, then missed him again on tackles inside the 30-yard line, and they have been caused by illegal blocks because it looks like they're coming back this way, holding against Olathe, and that great run back clear out to midfield is negated by a holding penalty back at the beginning of this play. Matt, that's a very lucky break for the Lions. We haven't seen somebody break through on the far side of the field like that this season.
No, we really haven't. But you don't like to say it. Truman Julesgaard, though, really stopped that. He was able to slow him down way back at about the 35, but that runner just kind of took off and kind of pulled Truman with him for a ways until other lines were able to catch up and totally bring him down, but almost to the 50-yard line. But doesn't matter. Negated. Going back to the 18-yard line. 19-yard line.
19. Holding took place at the 29. They took that to 10 yards off, and now they're going to hand it off to that running back, cutting back over the middle, and the middle offers not much help. A pickup of a couple on that play. 2nd down and 8.
Yep, Tegan Flynn with the stop on that. Tegan up and allowing a couple yards on that 1st down, bring up 2nd down and 8.
Lawrence High School playing defense against one of the best running teams in the state of Kansas. Run is what they do. You saw it on that 3rd down and very long play. They didn't throw the ball. They ran the ball. I thought sure that might be our first pass of the game. Just under 8 minutes to go, 1st quarter. Lions lead it 7-0. Lions football on KLWN. Snap back goes to the Olathe North quarterback, and he hands it off over the right side. The running back carries that football up over the 25 to about the 26. Make it closer to, the 26-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd down and a long 2 yards to go. They got good yardage right over the right side of the defensive line that time, Matt.
Yeah, Jacob Parrish, he's going to be the running back who we call all night long, Hank, and then, of course, Noah Palmer. Those two guys are going to be the guys who you're hearing, along with Love to some degree. But Jacob Parrish, he'll be our main running back for the Eagles.
And the beginning of each play starts with the Olathe team looking over to the sideline for their offensive call. It's 3rd down, call it 3. Quarterback's going to keep it, runs over that right side, fighting, and he may have gotten that 1st down. He got the 1st, he got to the 30. He got the 1st down on hard running,
and really had a line. I mean, his line opened up a hole for him. He knew right where to go, and he got enough for that 1st down.
A great block I noticed out there by one of those big guys on the right side. I believe that's number 79 by, that would be Devin Lowe. He's a 6-foot, 270-pound senior, or sophomore, and that block really cleared the way for that 1st down run by the quarterback. 1st down right at the 30-yard line. The Lions lead it by 7, but that was because of a bad break against Olathe North. Now the Lions need to create another bad. There's a bad break because they didn't get back to the line of scrimmage on that. Clean handoff from the left side. The quarterback handed it off to the running back coming to the right, and he couldn't get out of the backfield.
Yep, Trevor Bars is right through there. You love when the lineman can read that play like Trevor did. He read it and caught it, and that ball was picked up for no gain.
And I thought he lost at least a yard on that run.
Well, he lost an inch or two, but for sure.
2nd down and 10 after big gains, very short, no gain at all, and 2nd down and 10. There's the handoff. Quarterback this time hands it to that number 10 again, and there's no big flag on 2nd down, but we got a flag on the play once again, and let's see what the call is. A very short gain, maybe 2 yards on that one up to about the 32. Let's see what that call is. The white
it's holding again, and I'll tell you, Hank, what's going on up there, the referee is letting those guys know what they're doing, because I saw him come over to the lineman, and the lineman had his arms up in the air, and it's like, what did I do? And you could see the referee explaining to him, hey, buddy, you can't hold them. That's what's happening.
Well, then this is a
very, very costly play for the Eagles.
And again, like it was on that last series, it takes it clear back to the 19-yard line. game. Now, we've seen some teams make big pass plays to clean up things in the past few weeks here, but now they're looking at a second down and 23 again. Same situation they had the last time when they got a holding penalty, and it's second down and 23 back inside the 20. Snap back, comes directly, quarterback, quarterback is whammed down. Back inside the 10-yard line. That time the snap came to the tailback. The quarterback then took his pitch, and he got walloped.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of a play of a little bit of trickery. Palmer looked like he was going to run himself, but he didn't. He pitched it back to Jacob Parrish. But Truman Julesgaard was on him just like, I don't know what he was.
He was all over him.
Julesgaard was right on him. Good for a big-time loss.
I think they saw that with
great job by Truman Julesgaard.
Second 6-yard loss, third down, 29 yards to go. Clear back inside the 15. Quarterback's going to hand it off, and no, he didn't get anything himself. He just tried to run it up the middle there, and there wasn't anything to go. The Lions have made sure that big penalty didn't get run back for anything or passed down the field for anything, and now a punting situation. The last time the punter went back there, number 81, Mark Waller, he dropped the punt, dropped the ball after the snap, and the Lions jumped on him, took over inside the 15, and now they scored on the first play from the 11. Here comes the snap again. He's got it off the ground, gets the ball off just barely. Lions almost blocked it, and the kick is fair caught at the 40-yard line by the Lions' Trey Jackson, and that's where they'll start off. They're 10 yards into Olathe North territory when they start with the football. They've only run one play here tonight so far. That was good for a touchdown from the 11-yard line, an 11-yard touchdown run by Devin Neal. And Devin, of course, now out there with the rest of the guys on that offensive team, the great front. Porter Danovic at the center, DeLagus and Luna at the guards, Meyer and Smith at the tackles. First down and 10 from the 40 of Olathe North. Lions back in the pocket. Here comes, he runs out of the pocket, going to the left. Now he's going to throw the football. He's hit as he throws. Boy, he was really belted as he got rid of that ball. Jackson Dooley just got that pass off, and bang, he got hit. No roughing the passer on something like that. He held that ball forever and ever. It's an incomplete pass. Second down and 10 coming up. Jackson that time really didn't have a chance to get the ball off.
It was totally empty backfield, Hank, which we don't see very often by the Lions, but empty backfield, 4 wide receivers spread, and was nothing doing on for any wide receivers that play.
They had great defense on all the receivers, that's for sure. Handoff, and the handoff, though, it was not handed off. Jackson kept the ball. He got a great fake of the handoff, but then they tripped him up back in the backfield after he held onto the ball. A loss of 3 yards on the play, and the defense of Olathe North comes out fighting mad after not getting anything going with their offense. Their defense is going to come in here and try to slam the door. It's third down and 13, and the Lions have had a lot of big third down plays this year. Let's see what Jackson comes up with here, back in the pocket, looking for a run. Now he's going to run out to the left again, throwing it long down the field. Everybody falls down. There is no penalty flag down. The back judge back there never even reached for his flag, and there is no flag.
Now there's a flag on the field
this way.
That's right.
Now it's clear up here at the 35-yard line. The deep pass intended for one of the Lions. I didn't see who that was. They both fell down, the Lion and the Eagle.
Well, let me tell you, there are multiple flags.
We got a Lions player hurt on the field.
That's correct. It's Porter Danovic who's down on the ground right now, but I'll tell you, this will probably be offsetting penalties, but let's see what the call is right now. There was a lot of pushing and shoving up here. A block behind the no, just on the, and I believe that was on to Porter Danovic. So they're going to call a block below the knees, and Porter Danovic is hurting bad. He is
down on his back, and we haven't seen a Lion just lay back down on his back this entire season. There is nobody, the trainers out there, the doctors out there, Coach Rampy's out there. They're looking over Porter. Let's go ahead now. Now they're going to help him up to his feet. That's the good news. I wanted to see if they didn't reach down. He is limping, and now is headed over to that far side of the field. But
Yeah, and you got to think that some trainers will get to him, and the way he is walking, he'll probably come back
is that
in.
Danovic, 54?
Yes.
Okay, again, those numbers are just impossible to read without those glasses, and when I use glasses and try to call the plays, it's about impossible for me to see anything but blurs on the field. It's going to be a walk-off against Olathe North of 15 yards, and that is going to be a costly penalty. They have all gone against Olathe so far tonight. It's going to take it clear down to the 20-yard line. It comes from the point of the foul, 15 yards from there, takes it clear down to the 20. It's first down now after a third down and long. The Lions have the first on the penalty, and the handoff goes over to the right side. The Olathe North team, of course, had the football after the punt.
No, there was no punt. It must have been an interception, but I missed the interception. Olathe North ball, guys. I didn't. So
Whoa, wait a minute.
I saw the ball.
You're supposed to catch the interceptions on that side, but
So I was going to go into all kinds of things that I heard, and I saw the Olathe North player running it back, but I thought he just picked it up off the ground.
and Lawrence High, of course, then that one turned it over on the interception that we couldn't tell from up here in the press box. Now the Lions are back on that running back again immediately. That's Jacob Parrish, that guy that gets the ball a lot, the junior, and he is swarmed under after a big loss. It's going to bring up third down and 10 yards to go. They lost what they gained on first down, and it's third down now, and the Lions, with 2:14 to go, seem to be getting that defense revved up to get to those running backs real fast, Matt.
Yep, and when we get a break, Hank, I'll kind of go over what happened on that last play.
I'm going to say.
But, here we
Third
go.
down and 10. Quarterback back in the pocket. He's going to throw it this time and throw it long. He's got a man down there. Did he make the catch?
Oh, yes, he did.
He did make the catch in Lions territory. The quarterback almost threw that ball clear down to the Lions' 45-yard line, sliding as he made the catch, going down at the 46. That's a great pass by the quarterback and a great catch at the other end.
Yeah, it sure was, and he was wide open. There were no Lions around him, and he caught the ball, unfortunately fell down right there, and the Lions were able to put a leg on him, but that's it.
Lawrence High School gives up a big pass play from the defense on that one. Here's the handoff over the left side. It was like they were saving a pass play, and they didn't come up with some little bitty pass play. Now they kept running with the football, and the Lions thought they had him stopped. The Lions shouldn't have let up on the stop because they ended up gaining 9 yards. It looked like he was down at about the almost the 39-yard line. Instead, he kept crawling on the ground clear up to the 37.
Truman Julesgaard had the heads-up play to stop him downfield.
He crawled clear up to the 37-yard line.
Second down and 1.
Second down, just a yard to go. Again, I thought he was stopped back at about the 40, and instead of that, now it's second down, just a yard to go. 50 seconds in the first quarter. Here's the handoff. First down run is good, and oh boy, almost broke it for a big one. That time, that offensive running game came back again as that number 10, Parrish, carried the football for a big gain, clear down to the 27-yard line.
Yep, and Cole Mondi saved it right there if Cole wasn't back there ready to go, that would have gone for 6.
7-0. The Lions lead it as we run out of time here in this first quarter of play. Olathe North taking their time looking for the play on the far side.
They'll have to run a play.
They with 29 seconds yet to go. I believe they do have to get one going here. So they've got a few seconds left. The handoff goes all the way out to the left side. A hole out there. The running back gets out to the outside for a good gain with 15
stop the clock.
That does stop the clock. It was out of bounds at the end of that play, and it's going to bring up a second down and 5. A lot of running to get 5 yards, but boy, the Lions have had some guys blocked on those outside plays. They've also had some breakthroughs that have been big plays, but that one was a 5-yard pickup, and it's going to be third down, or second down, and 5 yards to go from down at the 22-yard line. Lawrence High School leads at 7-0 in the closing seconds of the first quarter. Lawrence High now has to play some tough defense. They're getting close to the red zone. The handoff goes over that right side on the counter play, going over the right and inside the 20, down to the 18. That's very close to a first down, third down, and a long one. That will be the last play of the first quarter. Lions lead it after one, but the Fighting Eagles have a great situation now after a big pass play. They've got it first down at the 18-yard line of the Lions when we start the second quarter of this ball game after a 1-minute timeout.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathe, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
That's where I watched it last week.
Leaving it all together.
Yep.
Has some personal problems to work out.
Hello, my name is Richard Holman, owner, member, manager of LKS Imagine here in Lawrence, Kansas.
What is LKS Imagine?
We are an embroidery and garment print shop. We embroider in-house. We garment print in-house.
Now the Eagles, third down and 2 yards to go from the 19-yard line of the Lions. Deepest penetration by the Eagles at the start of this quarter. A dancing play by the quarterback as he danced around and may have gotten the first down. Let's see where they put the ball down. Flag on the play. Because we do have another flag on the play. The penalties have really hurt the Eagles tonight. Let's see what this call is.
Holding again. You're absolutely right, Hank. Those holding plays have absolutely devastated the Eagles, and that is really what kept them on in their own territory for quite some time. But this one is probably doesn't look like it's quite as costly as one before.
This one's a big costly one. Oh, yes, going to be a first down. You know what, Matt? I asked Coach Rampy about all the holding calls against the Lions last week. They had probably 6 or 7 of those holding calls. We hadn't seen more than a couple in any Lions game in recent memory, but now the Lions are watching the opposition get those calls, and the call makes it third down and 17. So from first down in so close to the 15-yard line, the Eagles now have a third down and 17 to go from clear back out at the 34-yard line. Big penalty cost the Eagles on that one, and that starts to get into your gut just a little bit. The opposition may have some more fight building up in there. Third down, 17, big play here. Quarterback, and he's going to be
Monty shot through that line and got to that quarterback that's bringing up fourth down. Loss of, what are we going to call it, about 10 on that play, Hank?
At least 10. He knocked down clear back at the 43-yard line. The Lions defense didn't get the job done the last time he dropped back deep to pass. They got it done with a big pass play. This time, it's going to end up in a punting situation because it's fourth down at about 30 yards to go, and the punter is going to stand at his own 41-yard line to kick this punt away. There comes the snap, long snap, and perfect, and there's the kick. That kick is going to land short, not a very long kick at all. Boy, the Olathe North player ran in there and jumped on it like it hit a lion. Did you see it ever hit a lion before it got covered up?
Let's see the call.
Let's see what they say down there on the Lions ball. The Lions are headed over to the
Lions ball.
Lions ball. The Olathe North player went scattering after that ball as it rolled down the field like it may have hit a lion that was up close because it was a short kick.
Right, and Trey Jackson came barreling in like he was going to need to fall on it, but he didn't. The Eagle had already gotten onto it, but fortunately never hit a line. Lions ball first and 10.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line for this first play of this drive. The Lions get the stop and now get the quarterback out on the right side, throws it out incomplete. Boy, that's wide open and in and out of the hands of Obono. And Obono is not the kind of guy that drops many. That's the thing that Rampy said about last week. Coach Rampy said last week we had some drop passes that haven't been dropped all year. That was a perfect example of one of those. The Lions have got to get those sticky hands back out there because they've been catching those for great games. Second down and 10 after the incomplete pass. Snap back comes to the quarterback, throws the right spot right up the middle, and it is caught at the 35-yard line. John Green makes the catch, about a 9-yard pass play complete on that one, and it's going to bring up third down and a yard. The pass play was a zip line, right straight from the hand of Jack Dooley, and Lawrence High School has got a yard to go to keep the drive going. There's the snap. Quarterback has ball out. Ball was out. Let's see what happened on that, because the quarterback went forward. Did the Lions
Jackson Dooley never had the ball. It kind of rolled in and out of his hands, and they're calling it
Lions. Was he acting like he had the ball? It was a short snap back.
He definitely did not have the ball, so somebody else has it.
It's first down Lions. Third down, and there's the pass back to the backfield. It's complete down to the 40, 45, up to the 50, and into the territory. The Lions caught it. Devin Neal caught that behind the line of scrimmage and a backward lateral, actually. He caught that ball and was able to pick up great yardage down to the 49-yard line, breaking that midfield stripe and into the lower territory. The Lions have one touchdown on this one. That drive only had to go 11 yards. They did it in one play. Now they're fighting after another possession to get that ball back clear down the field from deep in their own territory. Here comes the pass throw, complete to the outside, and tackled immediately. Clay Jackson, the man that caught that football on this near sideline on the east side of the field, and that ball is complete, picked up down to the 34-yard line, Matt. We have a volume control problem. Is that what
Just the volume for the computer audio there, Hank, if you could adjust that for our 8-10 varsity guys.
I'm missing we need more volume.
Here we go. He's got the ball. Quick handoff.
Oh, boy. Something happened on that handoff between Dooley and the running back, and the ball was fumbled, and it's going to be
Jeremy Jacobson was to the ball with a shaky handoff. Jeremy Jacobson picked it up, though, and was able to actually gain a yard.
He got it. Well, actually, no, he went backwards, because it was going to be, it was second down at about 6, I think, and now it's third down and 10. Third down. We're going to need to turn up Matt on his control, or down, I see. Matt, you got turned down a little bit. Maybe I need a little turn down here, too. It's third down and 10 after the fumble and the recovery. The Lions have some tough yardage here, third down and 10, back in the pocket, and tackle for a sack back there at the 40, at the 39-yard line. A great sack out there by the Eagles number 81, Mark Waller. That defensive lineman through there and made that tackle for a sack, and a big loss for the Lions. They're going to have to punt the football. We haven't seen Jackson like that sack for many times this year.
No, not at all, Hank. That was a big 14-yard loss on that play.
Here comes the snap back. Here comes the kick. He gets it away. A big rush on him. A punt that is going to bounce and take a little Lions roll. Love that one. And finally stops down at the 35. Not a long punt by Galindo by any means, but it was way back there at about the 30 when he kicked that ball away. He got it down to the 35 at the other end of the field. So now the team that had that early touchdown they gave up has stopped a couple of Lions drives here. And yeah, Lions' mistakes had a little bit to do with those, but the Lions in this situation now had to punt it after being stopped because of a big sack play.
We've absolutely had a defensive battle on our hands here, Hank. There's no question about that. The name of the game so far, defense and Eagles penalties.
260, 275, 290 across that front line for the Eagles. Yep, they're huge. Here comes the handoff. This time he picks his way through that defensive line, kind of shoves one guy to the side with his hand and picks up 8 yards. Great running play that time by number 5, Aquantes Love. He's a 6'1", 190-pound running running back that can really has power, but that time he kind of slid through a little bitty hole and then shoved one of the Lions on the arms as he went by him and gets a second down and 1 yard, second down, 2 yards to go on that 8-yard run out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, their line is not the biggest line in the world, Hank, but they're just very, very sound in everything they're doing.
And a lot of juniors on this team. There's the quarterback back, throws the ball on the outside, and missed tackle by one of the Lions. He took a dive at him on what would have been a loss, but missed that tackle, and it's a first down pass play. The quarterback threw it to the far side of the field, right about the line of scrimmage, and then a run after that picks up the first down just shy of Lions territory at the 37-yard line. First down, Eagles at the 47, their own 47.
Yeah, Trey Jackson just missed it. And he was coming through there like a rocket, but just missed the tackle.
Boy, we're halfway through the second quarter already. It has really gone by fast. Quarterback hands it off. Running back is stopped after almost no gain at all and shoved backwards about 6 yards. Great defensive stop out there by that interior line. They really came together on that one, and the linebackers came in and finished it up. Shoved him back to about the 48-yard line. Well, maybe gave him a half yard on the running play. It's second down and still a long 9 yards to go for the Eagles. The Lions defense on occasion on that running play had made a big stop, but on that particular one, it was a big stop because they haven't had many here in recent plays. It's second down, nearly 10, handoff goes to the right side, and the Lions getting stopped after a short gain again. Parrish, the running back, took the handoff from that quarterback Palmer, tried the right side and hit it, didn't get much, about a half a yard more, and it's about 2 yards on both plays together, and it's third down and 8 now. Third down and 8, right at the 49-yard line, still in their own territory. Big third down play here for the Lions defense. They need to get them stopped. 5 minutes to go here in this first half of play. The Lions lead it by a score of 7-0 on an early touchdown. There's the snap. They got to get 9. Quarterback's going to try to run it out to the side. He turns the corner, but he will be close for a first down. Gets a yard knocked out at midfield, and the Lions defense really did it there.
Yeah, they did. Blake Schimmel was shot through that line and was the first guy to get a hand on their running back in the backfield, and Blake slowed him down enough for the other Lions to come up and get him.
Third down, 7 yards to go. Now, with 4:46 to go here in the first half, the punt team has not come out yet. Will they go with a fake punt? The quarterback is very deep in this pocket. It is. It's a punt. They were putting it from a short drop back, and it's rolling inside the 15-yard line down to close to the 10. Let's see where they got it down at. They caught the Lions with no one back there, and it's going to be down at the 13-yard line. Down there at the 13, a good roll on that play that favored the Fighting Eagles. So the Lions get the ball back inside deep in their own territory, back at the 13-yard line, and the defense of the Eagles has certainly been good enough to stop the Lions here so far tonight. The Lions have had a close play or two that could have been bigger plays, but so far the Eagles have been there to stop them. They're deep in their own territory now. The running game has played a small part in this one. A lot of passing. There's the run. It's going to be a handoff over that left side on a counter play. It picks up yardage to about the 16-yard line, and that was Devin Neal, or was that Huff in there?
No, that's Devin Neal.
Devin Neal with that carry. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's going to be second down and 6 yards to go. 4:16 to go.
Lions are just going to do their bread and butter and really give it to Neal every way here, this deep in their own territory, Hank.
That may be the case. Now pass play. Oh, a pass play that was broken up. Is there a flag? There should be. The Lion player was bumped as he reached out for that pass, and he was hit as he reached up for it. I'm sure the Lions coaches are pointing that out.
Ben King, the intended receiver.
Boy, he was really whacked as that ball got to his hand. Call it good defense then. No pass interference, and it's third down now and 6 yards. Make it 7 yards to go. Clock stops with 4:05 to go here in this first half. Lions lead it 7-0. Quarterback rolling back to the left side, so throws it downfield and over the head of the intended receiver. and the Lions receiver was knocked out of bounds after that pass play went over his hands. That was another.
King, again, it was intended receiver, but that was over Ben's head, so we're going to have to punt. Very shocking. I'm very surprised we didn't just stick with our bread and butter and give it to Devin Neal and run a little bit of clock off this timer.
That defensive line, their coach told me it's been the strong point, and that defensive line against the run has been excellent this year. The Lions punted a render back inside the 5 at the 3. There's the kick. High kick. Good coverage going to be possible, but it takes a big Eagles roll backwards. It hit it about the 45 and bounded back out of bounds at the 42. So the Lions lose a couple of yards when that ball hit the ground, but they still get a good punt from down deep in their own territory that was high in the air and well covered by the defense. They say it went out at the 41, not there, so 41-yard line. They have a short field, really, on this offensive possession to the Eagles. They're on the Lions' side of the 50 and have that ball first down at the 41. The Lions did not get out of their deep in their own territory after that good punt from a fake punt situation. They got it off and got it down inside the 15, and the Lions paid for it here. Handoff goes over the right side. Quarterback keeps the handoff. He didn't hand it off, and he keeps it for a big gainer. Clear down inside the 35, close to the 32, close to a first down. It's going to be second down and a yard, 9-yard pickup. Boy, that was a great fake of the handoff by the quarterback. What a mess.
Yeah, it was, and clock running, 3:30 left right now in the half, and the Eagles are driving, second and 1.
That, again, is the kind of play we've seen tonight, where the handoff faked over there, and then the great young quarterback, the junior, was able to pick up good yardage, 9 yards, second down and a yard. The quarterback's got it. He's going to keep it running right up the middle. Not a big game, but he's got a first down inside the 30, down to the 28. Move those chains on the far side. The Lions defense has got to really stack it up here now, because it is first down for the Fighting Eagles at the Lions' 29-yard line. 3:02 and the clock runs. First down, Eagles at the Lions 29. They're going south right now. The Lions have their face into the wind, if there is any here right now, and the Lions have got to play some tough defense again. Handoff, hand back. The Lions are there to stop that one for a yard loss at the 30.
Dylan Gillespie shot through that line, and Preston Greenwood able to pick up the garbage for just a very, very no gain, actually, there on first down. That's bringing up second down and 11, Hank.
That is a loss of about 2 yards, so we'll call it second down, 11 yards to go. That's the kind of defensive play you're going to have to do against this great running team. The Eagles, undefeated this year, 5-0. They beat some good teams just like the Lions have, but now, right now, their running game has a moment of glory, and then suddenly the Lions really get it stopped, and that one they got stopped, second down and 11. Quarterback hands it off, going over that left side. Nothing there. Nothing at all.
Colemondy shooting that line, coming to the near side, and Colemondy able to watch that play clock running. 1:52 on it, and it's running at third down and 12, Hank.
Well, I call it closer to 13. Yeah. There was 2 yards lost on that play. Yard on the first play, 2 yards on that one. It's now third down and 13. The defense needs to keep that on now as the defense, and look out secondary, because I have a feeling you're going to see this junior quarterback heave that ball downfield a little bit. They may have some kind of trickery with a running play, but the Lions have been stopping them on this drive once they broke deep into their own territory.
Big third down for the Eagles.
And the snapback quarterback, he's not passing it. He's running it over that left side. He won't have a first down, but I'm sure he figures he's in 4-down territory. The clock runs with 1:10. Now it's stopped. Maybe a timeout called out there on the field. That must be it. There's 1:10 to go, and they're going to go for it, I think, on fourth down here.
Yeah, fourth down and 9. So it's not a bad chunk of change for the Eagles to pick up.
Fourth down and 9, but the Lions made a stop after a 4-yard pickup of this young guy, and he's had lots of gains tonight of a lot bigger yardage.
Yeah, and Colemondy in there on that tackle as well. We got ball on the 28-yard line, fourth down, 1:10 left to go in this in this first half, and it has been a defensive battle, Hank.
Boy, it has. And the Lions, and this is the quickest first half we've had this year. We're only at 7:47 for the evening, so we've only been playing football for about 45 minutes. Started about 5 after, about 30 minutes actually, Matt. And we're all the way through this second quarter of play, and the Lions still have that 7-0 lead that they picked up with about 4 minutes gone in the first quarter. Thanks to fumbled snap on a punting situation. The punter dropped the ball, and that punt was then picked up, and the Lions were able to stop it there and ran it in on the first play from the 11. They haven't had many 11-yard runs since that one for the touchdown. Now it is fourth down. Fourth down and 9 yards to go. Big fourth down play here. The Lions got to stop it. Quarterback rolls to the right. Wants to throw. Right to pass. It's complete. And it's down at the 10-yard line. Inside the 10. The pass catcher caught that ball on the far sideline and took it inside the 10-yard line. The clock is stopped again.
Absolutely wide open, Hank. Absolutely wide open receiver.
Could not have been more wide open, and no penalties flagged down on this one. A timeout has been called on the field. Matt, I think we better keep it right here because this is going to be a timeout that the Lions are going to have to discuss. We haven't had that kind of a wide open receiver pop up on us many times, not inside the 20-yard line like that one, and there wasn't a Lion within 10 yards of him. We're lucky that he got stopped inside the 10 there at the 9-yard. They call it the 8-yard line with 1:02 to go. The Lions lead by 7, but that lead is in jeopardy now as it's first and goal for the Golden Eagles at the 8-yard line, Matt. That pass was scary. It was so open. I thought he was going to score a touchdown, but the Lions got to him real quick to get him stopped inside the 10. He caught it at about the 15, so he was on his way toward that goal line here at the south end of the stadium. They're back out. The Lions are back out there, ready to go. Got to play some tough defense now, Lions. It's first and goal by your opponent inside the 10. Snap back, quarterback, empty backfield, takes it, running to the left, running, trying to get outside, does a stutter step, and is down to the original line of field. And there's a flag flying in from that back judge, back behind the defensive line. Let's see what this call play is. And they're running over to the white hat. It's against Olathe North. Another big penalty is going to be a hard one to take for this Eagles team. They've had some big penalties tonight. An interesting one, the hands behind the head there, Matt, against the Eagles. Do you know which call that was tonight? That one, delay of game. I thought maybe, but the Eagle man downfield, they had nobody was passing the ball. The quarterback was running it, Matt. They're discussing it up here in the press box. That's what the call looked like, a delay of game there, an illegal man downfield, but it's a penalty.
Either way, Hank, that kind of helps them because it stops the clock. And
well, it doesn't help them here. It's a 10-yard mark-off, and that's going to take it clear back to the 23-yard line. Well, I'm not sure what the call was, but we'll have to check on that one. Anybody else figure that one out down the way from us there? First down now and a lot further to go. Let's see where they did put it down. It's clear back out there at the 23-yard line. So first down and 23 basically. There's the pass play down to the corner of the end zone. It's a perfect pass and it's caught in that end zone. The Lions defense again left one of the Eagles open and what turned into a touchdown at a moment ago. Just been a big relief for the Lions fans as a big time penalty had put them clear back at the 23. This quarterback who doesn't throw it very much, Palmer, put it right on the money twice in that drive for a big first down, on a third down, and then for a fourth down rather, and then on that play put it in the corner of the end zone perfectly, and now they'll try to tie it up here with the extra point. The ball will be placed down at the 10. There's the kick up. It's off to the... It's good. I thought maybe it might have floated off to the right, but that kick is good. And Olathe North, with 41 seconds left here in the half, has tied the score at 7. We'll have a kickoff when we come back in 30 seconds. Who is that over there? Who was the defender? He was 5 yards away from him.
Yeah, he was wide open again. It was the same play that was right up here. Same play again.
I'm just telling you. I'm telling you. I got to take a basketball player. I'll just tell you which one.
Is this homecoming tonight?
No.
Did you ask him if it's homecoming tonight?
It is not homecoming. I
I
don't
thought they
think it's
were.
homecoming. Oh, it is homecoming. Okay.
Lawrence High School, their homecoming game here tonight. Again, a very different homecoming tonight at the game as it has been for many schools. Tonight, the Queen will be announced, and the first man, if you will, with that Queen, they're going to move the ball over here to this near side the field, and the kickoff will come from the kicker is a guy that's maybe one of the biggest guys on the field out there. And he's about 75. Is that the number? Here's
25.
the kick. And it's going to be a short kick taken at the 16-yard line up the field. The Lion who got it.
Graham Huff.
Far side. Graham Huff on the far side of the field up to the 50. Clear past the 50 down inside the 40-yard line before he finally run out of bounds after a great return of about 40 yards on that. He caught the ball back at about the 23. Takes it out of bounds inside the 40 at the 39-yard line. Lions do have a half minute to go. 31 seconds on the clock, and the Lions have it first down at the 39-yard line of the Eagles. Sure would be glad to get that leading touchdown back on the books here in this last half minute, Matt.
Absolutely, but what a great return by Graham Huff. Just broke some tackles and able to get a huge gain on that one, Hank.
All right, and Dick back in the pocket. Jackson Daly going back, throws the ball, and he's caught. Got a man caught. The Lions are going to have to use a timeout very quickly here. The pass play went to the 29-yard line, so it's almost a 10-yard. Now they're going to move the chains. It is a 10-yard pickup. The Lions did not call timeout. The clock runs with 19 seconds to go. Back in the pocket he goes. Now he's running out of that pocket, running to the left side. Oh, he's got to throw the ball, and he does. Finally throws that ball away. A flag goes down. Let's see what this flag is. Was he grounding the ball? There was a Lions player on that far sideline. Let's see what the call is. It's against the Lions. Their first penalty tonight with just 10 seconds left here, 9.8, and the Lions get an incomplete pass as they ran clear out of the pocket. The quarterback did run clear out of the pocket, and the Jackson Dooley unable to get that ball away. Yep, there we go. Ineligible player downfield. I think that must have been a lineman down there that was running after that football. But it's a 5-yard penalty as it's marked off back to the 34-yard line. Just 9 seconds left. Snap back. Dooley's got to throw it all the way. Here it goes down the field toward the end zone, and they're fighting and shoving down there, but no penalty flag comes out. The Lion ends up on his back in the end zone. Now it is going to be second down. Yep, second down coming up, and the Lawrence Lions with a second down and 15. That matters not. This is the last play of the first half coming up. The Lions have it at the 34 of the Eagles. They've got to get into the end zone on this play. There will be another one with just 3.2 seconds on that clock. The Lions now have to go the whole distance from the 34 into the end zone, and that's what this play, hope, is designed to do. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Dooley back in the pocket, steps up in the pocket. Now he heaves the ball down to the end zone, and it's incomplete. Thrown over the back of the end zone. Dooley just threw that football away finally, and they have been getting him out of the pocket on the run and fast in this first half match. The Lions are going to have to take care of that blocking for their passer. Mr. Dooley has not had a chance to get many of those passes off tonight without having to run out of the backfield to get the pass thrown. We have a longer intermission here tonight of about 20 minutes. It's homecoming, so we'll have the recognition of homecoming king and queen. They've started the halftime clock at that 20 minutes, and Lawrence High School will have homecoming, and we'll have a chance to talk to the superintendent of schools here in Lawrence, Kansas. We'll be back to talk to him and look at your halftime thoughts, Matt, in just 2 minutes on KLWN. Depend on it. He had to run out of every pocket there.
what that penalty was.
Oh.
We had to look it up because they wouldn't tell us.
Oh, okay, thank you. Hey, I'm gonna let you get Dr. Lewis.
well-
I've got a copy.
Okay, well, you take care of that, but what, I'm sorry, why did
It doesn't matter.
the penalty, why did it happen?
What do you think?
You said it was
Improper
equipment.
equipment.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Come on over.
Wherever you want to sit there.
Yeah, right there is just fine. Yeah, put that headset on there. I'm sorry, my mask, well, it fell clear to the floor this time. And now I know we're on a 2-minute break.
2 minutes.
How are you, sir? Nothing crazy going on in town, is there? Did they prepare you in being superintendent school for this kind of a thing?
I must have missed the COVID class.
Yeah, but what do you do when everything falls to pieces and you've got some of your teachers are very anxious not to get in the classroom and many of them are very anxious to get in the class? Say that again.
Jordan Contreras, escort.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and pull those on.
Evan Day, escorted by parents David and Jennifer Day.
I'm glad you did that because I will too. That's how I have to do the game, but I'm facing that way, so.
Donovan Dillon, tested
And Lawrence High School has no longer enjoys that 7-0 lead that they did for almost the entire first half before Olathe North put together a tying drive in the last minute of this ball game's first half of play. It's 7-7 at the half against the much hated Olathe North Fighting Eagles, the Lions and the Eagles. It's homecoming as well. They'll be announcing a homecoming queen and king here on the field in just a few minutes as we get a chance to talk to our superintendent of schools. And I was just smiling and just joking a little bit with Dr. Lewis as he sat down. I said, when you go to superintendent school, do they teach you about what to do when COVID-19 pandemic hits the nation, the world?
No, Hank, there's no class. There's no class for COVID-19 or Pandemic 101 in terms of how you address this.
And again, it's been an absolutely crazy time, and as always, parents are going to have what they think is the best plan for their kid in mind, and I understand that, having been a parent, now a grandparent,
Right.
and whatever the school board decides, whatever the teachers in the schools decide, and all the rest of the staff decide, there's going to be a part of that group, teachers, staff, parents, that don't agree with whatever the decision was. So
Right.
you have given parents an option, though, to stay with their kids going into the classroom at some point in time in the future or staying at home.
Yes, that's correct, and you're absolutely right. Typically, in a normal year, I don't know if we know what normal means anymore, but typically in a normal year, anytime any decision is made, there is normally a small percent of stakeholders that are not pleased with the decision. But this one, you're right, it's about half or a little bit more than half in terms of those that agree with the decision and those that don't agree with the decision. And so what we want to do is really just give our families options, and so as you indicated, we are giving our families options in terms of those that want to keep their children home and take advantage of our distance learning, as well as those individuals that want to take advantage of our hybrid learning, which is a group of students come on one day and the other group come on the other day, kind of like an A-B rotation for our elementary. And our secondary schools, particularly our high schools, will be doing a A-B-C-D rotation, where only a quarter of the students will be in our high schools at one time. We have some large high schools, and with those passing periods, we want to make sure that we are creating as safe of an environment as possible for our students and staff.
Superintendent of schools, and again, you have a tough job. The school board does too.
Right,
and
most
they
definitely.
weren't exactly totally united on everything that's been said and done so far, but they're working well together, I think. And again, you're in a position now where this next few weeks of the school year will be determined a lot by what happens with the health department's decisions on what COVID number or color we're under at this time. And we're right next to the green as far as our school town is concerned, with just over 5%. But a lot of us feel like, oh, let's keep it there. Let's not put a whole bunch of kids back in school real quick. But then everybody doesn't agree with that.
Right, that's right, and we've been leaning heavily on our health experts here in the county. I tell people, I may have a DR in front of my name, but I'm not a doctor or physician or infectious disease physician, nor do I play one on TV. And so we definitely lean heavily on them, and we're constantly watching those numbers. I'm on calls sometimes two times a week with those officials, and just learning where we are as a community and learning what we can continue to do to ensure that those numbers go down so we can get our students in front of a teacher, which is, we all know it's the best model of education, is having our students right in front of our dedicated and talented teachers. But Hank, we must do so in a safe environment.
That is the number one purpose right there. We do need to take time out if we could, please. And I hope my guy back there is back there ready to go with that timeout. I do need to take a quick timeout right now on KLWN. We'll be back with you in just 1 minute on KLWN. Depend on it. I'm going to have to apologize to you, sir. I have done a complete blank out on your last name.
Lewis.
Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
My first name. I'm sorry.
Anthony.
I thought it was Anthony, but I didn't get Dr. Lewis right. I knew that, but Anthony, and I'm going, well, it's Anthony, and I typed in. I thought I had your phone number, and apparently I don't. I thought I had your phone number down here. I was going to go to. I'm going to take a quick time out because this is silly. This is silly. Pardon me. I apologize.
You're fine.
After doing a game for a half like that, I want to scream and pull my hair out.
I know. It's a close one.
As a former Lions third-team lineman and hamburger squad member, you get this is personal to me.
Right, exactly. You put in a lot of work, laid a solid foundation for these guys.
Olathe North is the last team we want to have at it.
Exactly.
Back when I was in school, that was like letting Topeka do it. Many people don't realize the team that broke the Lions' longest winning streak of, 49 games was Manhattan High School, but Topeka also beat them that year.
Really?
So,
and Olathe North was their traditional rival, right?
Olathe North,
Okay.
So they were traditional for the last 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Before that, it was Shawnee Mission North and Topeka. Welcome back to Lawrence High School football. KLWN broadcasting the game, and very happy here on a homecoming night to have with us our superintendent of schools, Dr. Anthony Lewis. And again, I think, as they always say, the buck has to stop somewhere, and I guess it stops at your front door and makes its way in frequently, as these decisions do have to be made regarding going back to school. You made some very important comments to our listeners. I hope it's important that people know that parents will be given a decision in this process to keep their kids at home if that's what they decide to do. Now, how they go back to school, if they're going to be in the classroom or not, you kind of went through that schedule again. So I can have it all fresh in my mind, too, because I'll be asked when I talk to my granddaughter later on, when can I go back?
Right.
Free State senior, waiting to get back to her senior year in high school that she's been looking forward to all these years. So what's the plan for the high schools, first of all?
Yes, the high schools will begin on next week. They will have an ABCD rotation where 25% of the students will be in the building at one time. We have our high schools are at 1,800 students each. And so to ensure that, through passing periods and just those large schools, making sure that it is safe as possible, the teams at the high schools got together and decided that ABCD schedule would be the best for them.
Lawrence High School football team out here with a score tied at halftime. We haven't had that happen this season, but the Lions did play that first quarter well. The Olathe North team put things together and have it tied at the half, 7-7. Good football game out here. You started with the senior high school, a quarter. Will that be middle schools as well? What's the plan for the middle school?
Middle school will do a hybrid model, the AB schedule, as well as our elementary. So middle and high will start next week. Our elementary schools will start on November the 9th. We are looking at bringing some students on early. There have been students in our buildings for a couple of weeks, particularly our students with special needs. They've been in the buildings. Those students that don't have connectivity in their homes, they've had an opportunity to be in our buildings. And so we just want to make sure that going forward, when our elementary schools do open, we're going to look at New York and Woodlawn bringing small groups of students back to just kind of test it out for not necessarily test it out, but get in there and find out what are the best practices so we can have a smooth transition on November the 9th for our elementary schools.
Yeah, one of the biggest changes in kids' lives comes from that first grade or kindergarten year, or 2 years through the second grade, and then boom, a big transition into that fourth grade, fifth grade year, now first, sixth grade and middle school section. So that part of it's been changed. I think that how all this works out is going to be a credit to our school board and to you and the team and the staff and the teachers for putting all this together and trying to make it work. With that 5%, just above 5% positive rate, which is one of the low points in the state, and that's great compared to where we were when we got this whole thing going and where things bounced back to when students came pouring back into town. But to be back down at that 2.2% positivity rate is very good. And now with the school students going back in our public schools starting next week, Monday, the fourth of the high school students will go back. Then it's going to be everybody's going to be watching. How's this turning out? So if the kids follow their parents with this and wear those masks and take good care of things, it'll be just fine, I think.
Yeah, we're encouraging our students. They will be required to wear masks. We will take their temperature as they enter the building, and of course they'll be required to keep the mask on throughout the day.
And keeping that mask on throughout the day, that is going to be important for them to do, and I'm sure most of them know that and will do it. But some have parents at home have been very unhappy about having to wear a mask at all. I just hope when they get to school they learn it's cool to have the mask on.
Right.
We got to make this something cool. How can we make having a mask on something cool?
Exactly. Let them design it.
They can all design their own masks or face guards or whatever they have. It's been a really tough time for teachers too, and I want to say that because so many teachers in our district and in any school district are people that are over 55, over 50 years old.
Yep, we have teachers that are over 50, over 55. We have teachers that are under 50 and 55, but they may be caring for a parent or grandparent, and we want to make sure that we're not putting them in a situation where they can take the virus back to their relatives that they're caring for. And so we are working with our Human Resources Department to make sure that our teachers voice their concerns in terms of this is my situation here and what's the best way for us to handle it. Many of our principals have been working individually with our teachers as well in terms of finding those spaces in the buildings that I still can come in, but I'm safe. And so we just want to continue to empower our schools to make decisions that's in the best interest of their staff and students.
Once again, Dr. Anthony Lewis is our guest. He is the superintendent of schools during the most unusual second school year in a row after the whole thing had to shut down in the second semester, basically, of the end of the 2019-2020 school year, now starting 2020 down to go into 2021. Keeping the kids okay at school will be important. Boy, you have people that are in our schools that are medical people, especially in the big schools, the high schools and middle schools. You've always got those folks there. Are they all also going to have people in each school with medical background to take care of the kids that might get sick while at school?
Yes, all of our schools will have either a nurse or a medical assistant. That hasn't changed, and so we will they will continue to be there, obviously, with the necessary PPE on. We've identified isolation rooms should there be a student that during the day, their temperature may go up. So we'll want to have an isolation room to keep the other students and staff safe as well. So we will have medical staff in our buildings.
Now, we've spent all this time with your time here coming away from the sidelines watching and cheering for your Lawrence Lions team, and he also cheers, by the way, for Free State. You're going to have to be careful next week. You'll have to spend part of the game on one side and the other part of the game on the other side, I guess, next week.
That is true.
But other things are happening in our school district besides this darn COVID-19 stuff. And let's talk about some of the positives that are going on, some of the positives the kids are accomplishing. I know many of the programs aren't able to function at all because of the COVID-19, but the sports teams have been able to play for the most part, haven't they?
Right. Sports teams have been able to play with obviously with some mitigation factors in place. We've named several national merit scholars. We have teachers that have applied for grants to do innovative things in their schools. So there is some good things that are going on in Lawrence that we're still trying to highlight, but it sometimes gets overshadowed by obviously COVID. As a matter of fact, I just learned today that our Parents as Teachers program received a National Blue Ribbon award as a premier Parents as Teacher program right here in Lawrence.
Oh my!
Yes, and that's awesome news because we know that our parents are our child's first teachers, and so our Parents as Teachers program has been in place for a number of years where they go into parents' homes, they work with parents on how to educate their children so they're ready to go into kindergarten. So a huge shout out to all of our staff over at our Parents as Teachers program for winning a national award and receiving national recognition.
I think that is just fantastic, and all those parents that have participated in that, boy, thank you so much for that work. It's great. And now looking ahead, and I won't ask you to make a prediction of any kind about where we're going to be with COVID-19 or anything else, but I think we all feel good about Lawrence High School and Free State High School and also all of our other students at schools here in Lawrence getting through this school year with the best possible situation. As the school board works on this, as the whole superintendent's team, of course, does, and all the different staff members. It's hundreds and hundreds of men and women in there teaching, 12,000 students?
12,000 students.
12,000 students in the district. They're all trying to work it together. They're all trying to make it work for as many people as possible. And thank you for all that hard work. We all do appreciate it. It's impossible to make everybody happy anytime, but this is really an unusual one. Thank you, Dr. Lewis, and that school board. You tell them a salute from a lot of us that have been watching Lawrence in different situations for, well, in my case, 60-plus years as a news reporter even. I think it's important to note that we've been doing this one real well compared to some other things that have popped up through the many decades that I've covered news in Lawrence. So the bottom line is they're doing a great job, and thank you for your dedication.
Yeah, and I want to thank all of our 1,800 staff members as well, our executive leadership team, our team members at the central office, and our board. I think we are governance teams, superintendent and board, we're a governance team, and they are elected officials, and our community members will let them know their thoughts and ideas, and so it's good to have those different perspectives that come to the table. But here's the thing, we all have this in common. We all want the best for our students and staff here in this city.
There are the words that will come from everybody that's associated with Lawrence Public Schools. Those common words will be in the mind and heart of every one of them, and thank you for that. Dr. Lewis, thank you for taking your time out. I see you got your Lions jacket on tonight.
I know where I am. I know where I was going.
First half with the Free State next week, and second half with the Lions, or maybe one on each shoulder or something like that.
Maybe so. We'll figure something out.
Dr. Anthony Lewis, with the whole district working hard to make sure our students are safe and also learning as they go through their school year of 2020 and into 2021. Thank you, and God bless all of the teachers and staff making this happen.
Thank you so much, Hank.
All right, we need to take a break. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with the second half kickoff coming up in just a few minutes right here on KLWN. We have a 7-7 tie here at halftime. The Lions ranked 1.
For young children, a full-time job, activities, and busy weekends, there is never an unscheduled moment. Jayhawk Pharmacy not only makes my life easier by delivering all of our prescriptions, they provide free vitamins for all of our kids, too. And the peace of mind I have knowing my parents, who are in their 70s, are already set up with Jayhawk Pharmacy's filling and delivery services is such a relief. Get to know Jayhawk Pharmacy in the Mount Oriad Medical Center at the corner of Castle and Clinton Parkway.
Coming this fall at the new LMH West location, Jayhawk Pharmacy is opening a second location to serve all your...
Hi folks, if you think it's costly hiring a good roofer, try hiring a bad one. Darren Lutz here, owner of Alpha Roofing. Our professionals specialize in residential residential and commercial roofing, shingles, flat roofs, new construction, and re-roofing. Our process is derived from years of experience and dedication to the industry. This translates into a quality product and a customer experience second to none. Let our experience go to work for you on your next roofing project. Give us a call at 785-842-2676 or find us on the web at alpharoofers.com. Alpha Roofing, your first choice in roofing.
It looks like lots of chocolate remains.
Yes, that is correct. Chocolate water.
Nothing in that. Chocolate and water. That's an interesting combination from Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, the ice, I mean, it was a mocha at one time, but the ice is melted, and that's...
What was it at one time? Milkshake?
The mocha.
That's enough caffeine for your life. Welcome back. Lawrence High School football kickoff of the second half coming up. The Lions are going to have the ball first. Matt Llewellyn, we got him that touchdown on that very first play that they ran from scrimmage, but they ran it from the opponent's 11-yard line after the punter for Olathe North dropped the first punt of the game. Back at that 11-yard line, the Lions covered it and scored as Devin Neal took it in from the 11. Since then, the offensive statistics for the Lions aren't very good, and this team from Olathe North has been kind of having their way with a quarterback that doesn't throw the ball very much at all, usually 5 or 6 times a game total. And instead of running the ball, they've been having success passing it, including a long touchdown pass play wide open in the corner of the end zone that tied the score just before the start of the second half. You got to get it.
Well, and I'll tell you, the crazy thing is the Olathe North coaches, when I talked to them before the game, they're like, you're not going to see any passes. Was literally what they told me before the game.
True, yeah.
So you're not going to see any passes. They're not going to catch any balls. So I wasn't really counting on looking at any receivers to worry about, but that was certainly not the case, as their wide receivers made two big plays that resulted in the 7-7 tie. Otherwise, it would be 7-0 Lions if it wasn't for their passing. But their quarterback's good. I mean, Palmer has certainly run the ball well. Lev has run the ball well. Jacob Parrish has run the ball well. So it has been a defensive battle. Probably the yardage is definitely on the side of Olathe North, even though the Lions got those 7 quick points. But I'll tell you, we have not really gained that much on when the Lions have had possession of the football, Hank. But this is the second half, is a new half. Steve Rampy was able to coach them up at halftime, and the Lions are going to get the ball to start this second half. You saw that Graham Huff had a great return to end that second half, and hopefully for the Lions, and hopefully he and/or Kalen Chitama can have a good return right here as the Lions are going to get the ball to start this second half.
They would say the Lions did not sustain a drive one time in that second quarter, or in the first quarter for that matter, not one that touched that got across the goal line.
No, and I would imagine they passed the ball. I don't know exactly, Hank, but it certainly seemed like they passed the ball more than they ran the ball. But we're fired up. We're getting ready to go right here. Time is set to 12 on the clock, and we're getting ready to start this second half. And here is the kick, and it is going to Chitama. Chitama's got it at the 20, going up the field, down to the 25, to 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Chitama's still on his feet at the 30, and up to the 30, and call it the 28-yard line. What a run back by Chitama. That's the way we got to start the game, start this second half here, Hank.
And in great field position after that return, it went from the 20, and it went clear down. Let's see where they put that ball down. Finally, it's inside at the 28-yard line. So that's a 50-yard return, 52-yard return. Sets the Lions up at the Olathe North 28, first down. Let's get that ball in the end zone.
Devin Neal behind Jackson Dooley, quarterback. Jackson Dooley does hand it to Devin Neal straight up the middle. Devin Neal still on his feet up to the 20, and you thought he was stopped there at the line of scrimmage, but that was a play where Devin Neal stayed on his feet. He was being touched all over the place by Eagles and able to get 8 yards on first down, second down and 2.
That's why the Jayhawks are excited about him being on that list of players coming to KU. That play was perfect. He would have been stopped
from the 20-yard line now. Devin Neal's behind with the handoff. Devin Neal's got up to 20 in the first down, and he picks up the first down. It looks like see where they're going to put that ball, but it does look like he pick up the 2 yards for the first down.
Moving those chains again on that last play, the first one in that series, he would have been stopped by, most players would have been stopped for after about a yard or two gain. He kept the legs moving, and that ended up with a big 8-yard gain.
That's right. Bringing up 1st and 10 now from the 17-yard line early in this second half. And thanks to that nice run back by Chitama. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Handoff again to Devin Neal. Devin Neal up the far side of the field. There's not much there this time. Met by 4 Eagles right away, and they were just swarmed on him.
That Lions offense that time couldn't get those blocks laid out there on that far side, and the first one was a wrap-up by that outside linebacker.
And that was exactly the same play they ran the last time, just a little handoff up to the far side, and this time he was able to gain a yard, but that is it for Devin Neal, and that's unusual. You give Devin Neal the ball, you usually expect at least 3 yards.
Only a yard on the run.
And here we go. Devin Neal in the backfield again. This time hand up to the near side. Near side, he's got the 10, up to the 10, up past the 10.
Inside
about the 7-yard line. They're going to stop it they're going to call it the 9-yard line, so not quite enough for the first down.
That knee must have started dragging way back up the field from where he ended up, because it's at the 9. He ended up, his body was laying at the 7.
Yeah, we're going to call it. Yeah, we're going to call it a 9-yard gain. So 3rd down and 1 yard. It's a long 1 yard. Here we go. Handoff again to Devin Neal up the middle. He's got it, and that's something that's in the end zone for a Lions touchdown. Devin Neal.
Untouched, Matt. They blocked that trap play so beautifully, and Olathe North didn't get a hand on him.
What a beautiful run by Devin Neal, and great blocking. And very unusual, Hank, the way we started this second half. Run, and it worked. It worked. 6 points for the Lions. Here comes the kick.
The Lions' touchdowns have been on runs.
Connor Galinder, ball is down and up, and good. And the Lions have regained the lead, 14-7. 9:38 left to play in this third quarter. You're listening to Lawrence High School football, brought to you by the 23rd Street Brewery.
Right.
How many yards is that touchdown run?
This is Matt Llewellyn from 23rd Street Brewery in Lawrence. I just want to thank everybody for supporting local restaurants during this time of uncertainty. 23rd Street Brewery is now open until this pandemic is over. And right now, more than anything, local restaurants need your help and support. Come on out and see us. 23rd Street Brewery is open now from 11:30 till 9 o'clock for dine-in and carry-out. Whatever we can do to help you out, maybe with your catering needs too. I appreciate all the support, and thank you for continuing to shop local.
Well, we're back here on 19th Street at beautiful Lawrence High School Football Stadium on a great fall evening, a little crisp in the air. And what a defensive battle we've seen so far, but a great little short drive. Only 28 yards on that drive by the Lions, but that's good to see because that was a sustained drive, really the first sustained drive of the night for the Lions. I don't know how many first downs they got before that, but only 2 on that drive, but how many first downs have they gotten before that, Hank? I don't think
only 4 or 5 for the entire
I don't even know if they got that, to be quite honest, Hank.
Lawrence High School, at their homecoming game, regained the lead. First possession, first lead.
And Devin Neal, not only does he have 2 touchdowns on the night, he was also our homecoming king. Along with Donovan Dillon, who is our homecoming queen tonight.
Oh, thank you. Donovan Dillon. Devin Neal, the homecoming winners.
And here we go. Here's the kickoff.
15.
Up to the 20. And he is stopped there by Trey Jackson. So you love to get Trey Jackson in on that play. He was able to get down there really quick and ball only up to the 23-yard line.
They put the ball down at the 23, but 24. The ball's down at the 24-yard line, and frankly, that's a generous set down there at the 24. Lawrence High School, really, the guy caught the ball just inside outside the 15, and he got 9 yards somehow because the Lions were all over it. Very high kickoff.
Cole Mondu was also in that homecoming court that was just celebrated at halftime, and here we go. Hand off to the Eagles, right up the middle, and boy, he is stopped. Ooh. And actually keeps his feet on the ground and actually gets up to the line of scrimmage. Other than that, he was in the Eagles' backfield and didn't look like he was going to gain anything, but kept those feet moving and was able to get up to the line of scrimmage.
2nd down and 10. That's good to see here. Now the Lions can't give up the big play as they did in that drive, especially on that touchdown.
And they have been in a very tight formation all night long, have the Eagles. Palmer in at quarterback, in the backfield, Jacob Parrish for the Eagles. And rolls out, bad snap, and the quarterback has to run back and jump on that football. That's going to be a big-time loss of, looks like, about 10 yards on that play.
That's cleared back inside the 15 at the 12-yard line. Man, oh man, that snap, it looked like it was not going to the quarterback. The quarterback, Palmer, pulled out from under center as the ball was snapped. He didn't touch it. It went through his legs, and somebody was supposed to catch it, but they didn't. And it's a big loss, and it's 3rd down and 22. 12-yard loss. Big play.
Big play, here we go, empty backfield this time. Palmer's got it and looking to run, and he's got nothing, and he's going to lose 4 yards on 1st down.
Fired up Lions defense.
And that's bringing up 4th down and a mile. So this quarter has started the same way the game started, Hank, with a huge defensive play, a couple huge defensive plays on the Lions, and they're going to get great field position to get their 2nd possession of this half. Their punter is in the end zone as the Eagles.
And a big mistake made by the Eagles on that play, and as they had that play.
Ball is out, and it is a snap. This high ball, not going very far. Fair catch called at the 30. Trey Jackson, great heads-up play. He's got it right there at the 30. Lions again with great field position starting at the 30-yard line.
That ball was snapped into the end zone, so it was kicked out. Technically, really, it's only going to be about a 22 or 3-yard kick, because I think the line of scrimmage was back there at about the 7. But the ball right at the 30. The Lions only have 30 yards to go on this one.
And I have got, here we go, tight formation for the Lions, and definitely a run formation. Got to give the ball to Trey Jackson in the backfield, and the flags are out. Don't know, in the backfield, and that ball went nowhere, probably 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Call against the Lions. It's already been signaled. I'm afraid it may be one of those, ooh, darn, holds. The Lions, instead of having that great field position, even after a 1st down play that didn't go anywhere, are going to have a 10-yarder marked off against them here.
Yeah, so, and I got a clarification on homecoming. So we've got 2 kings. Two kings.
Yeah, they don't call them king or queen. They do not call them king or queen. It's the homecoming court.
Winners.
And the homecoming winners are the homecoming court. That's
there we go.
2 Devin Neal and Donovan Dillon.
Done a little differently than it was in our day, huh, Hank?
Yeah, a little different, but that's great.
Oh, quick snap to Dooley. Dooley's got it and just spikes the ball. He didn't see anything at all, so spikes the ball. Looked like in the range of Graham Huff, but surrounded by Eagles. So that looked a little confusing, and maybe it was confusing to me and not the other team.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's happened so many times tonight for Dooley. He's gone back to pass. He's had men covered all over the field. He had to look for somebody more than he ever does, and that time there was no one there. He just put it down on the ground.
Right. We got 2nd down and 21. Ball on the Eagles' 41. This time this drive has gone nowhere for the Lions, actually backwards 11 yards. 2nd down, 21. Devin Neal behind Dooley. Dooley with the handoff to Devin Neal. Devin Neal's going up the far side. He's coming around up to the 35. Pickup of about 5 or 6 yards there on 2nd down. That's going to bring up still a long 3rd down.
3rd down at about 16 yards to go. They've got to get clear down to almost the 20-yard line here, and they're still back out at the 36-yard line. 3rd down, 16, call it.
And we'll call it a bad, we'll call it an 11-yard penalty on that play before for the Lions. So 3rd down, 16 now. Devin Neal behind Jackson Dooley, 2 wide receivers to the near side, one right through the far. Handoff again, Devin Neal up the middle, and he's able to pick up 3 yards, maybe 2. So not nearly enough for the first down. That's going to bring up 4th down, and let's see what the Lions elect to do deep in Eagles territory. I can't imagine. Well, you never know. They might just
4th down is 14. They could try to punt it out of bounds deeper in their own territory. But here's the deal. The Lions have had this kind of a 4th down situation, but I don't remember 4th and 15 and 4th and 14 now.
Yeah,
they're going to send out the, I don't think the field goal team could get that ball across there. So Calendar can kick a field goal, but not this one. They're going to punt it. Try to get that ball punted down inside the 10-yard line, see what they can do.
Yep, Galindo lined up at the 48, and let's see what how he can do it. Okay, ball back to Galindo. Galindo's got a kick up, and it looks like a good one. Lands at the 15, rolls up to the 10, up to the 6, the 5, and the Lions are going to stop it at right past the 5-yard line. So they will have 94 yards to go on this tough Lions defense.
Make it 96.
Check that. Thank you, Hank. 96 yards to go to get into the end zone, and the Lions have held them great on the first series for the Eagles of this third quarter. 14-7 Lions, 5:47 left to go in the third quarter.
The troubling thing about that last series was it just mirrored that first half perfectly. The Lions get a touchdown after a big mistake, and the turnover in the situation on that one now leads to the Lions getting another one, another great possession with great position. They didn't make that one work. And
Palmer in the shotgun, lined up 2 yards in the end zone. Palmer's going to keep it, head up the far side of the field, and not much there. Maybe give him 1 yard, looks like, maybe 2 yards. Oh, no, 3 yards on first down. A little bit harder to see that far away from the box right now.
Again, those lights are low, which casts a shadow on the field in many places. I was going to say, one touchdown lead against this team is not going to get it done. You're number 1, yep, okay, fine, but they're number 2, and they are number 2 beating the door down, trying to get in there to that number 1 spot.
Well, and they've got a long way to go, and neither team has been able to sustain that kind of a drive. Palmer's got the ball, and he is stopped right just a little bit past the line of scrimmage, maybe up to the 10-yard line. We'll give him a yard gain on that play, but that's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
The way he was tackled, shoulder of the tackler right in his midsection, a perfect tackle. Well, they move it back to the 9. I wondered about that. You said 10. I thought maybe they'd put it down there. They've given him the benefit of the doubt. It's at the 9.
Palmer, quarterback. Parrish, Love, Palmer, all in there, and Patillo, wide receiver, who has been the beneficiary of those great catches by the Olathe North Eagles tonight. 2 wide receivers to the near side, which is more than they have all night long. Handoff quick to Love. Love's got it up to 10, up to 15. Spurting the sideline. Can he get it past? And he's got down 50, 40, 30. That's going to be 6 points. No. They call it out of bounds at the 20.
Out of bounds, back down the field at the 20. They get the first down, but they don't get any touchdown. The Lions, I think, saw that. They quit trying to chase him after about the first 10, 15 yards past that 40-yard line, but the Lions got him out of bounds at the 20, so not nearly as big a pickup as Olathe had hoped for. They say his foot went out at the 19.
Yep, enough for a first down. That's been a first down and 10 from the 20-yard line.
That's the one you've got to stop.
And Love, you got to kind of keep an eye on him. He showed his speed that time, number 5.
Got to keep this team back here in their own territory and get them stopped now.
Love right next to Palmer. Palmer's in the shotgun. Palmer looking to keep it, and he's got it just past the 10-yard line and stopped there by Cole Mondi and company.
You can tell it's Mondi. He wrapped him up and then actually had to hold on for dear life till somebody came to help.
Cole Mondi and Carson Green are 2 stud linebackers. Our entire linebacking core is studs, but Carson Green and Cole Mondi are certainly the hitters on the team.
Well, tell you what, Cole isn't a giant Superman by any stretch of the imagination. He's very fast, very quick, and doesn't take no for an answer. You're going to get tackled, buddy, right now.
Well, the hardest hitter on the team is Cole Mondi, but Carson Green certainly has proved his hitting ability this year. In the shotgun positions, Palmer Palmer looking to keep it. No, he doesn't. He hands off to Love up the far side, and he takes a couple different Lions to trip him up at the 35-yard line. That's going to be for a first down and 5 more.
That's the thing that we were hoping wouldn't happen, and that's the big run out of that deep position. They got it away from the goal line first, and then got that first down out here, and now a big run out.
And Carson Palmer.
Yeah, there you go.
Noah Palmer looked every bit like he was going to keep that ball, and the Lions were following him on that. And right before he got to the line of scrimmage, he handed it off to Love, and Love shot up the other side of the field and was able to get that nice little 15-yard pickup.
Big one.
Love's got the ball, and up the field to the 30, up to the past the 40-yard line, up to the 43-yard line.
Yep.
And Parrish with the run on that play that time for the Eagles.
Well, I tell you what, that was a great run again by that kid Love, and they've been handing it off.
Well, that time was Parrish.
It was Parrish.
It was Parrish that time. Up to as we got third down now, and second down and 3 as everybody waits for the Eagles coaches to send in those signals. Everybody's standing. Nobody's in any kind of a huddle whatsoever. And now they are. The Lions are approaching the line. And we've got the same kind of formation they've gone with for a while now. 2 wide receivers, hand off quick to Love. Love's got it up for the first down, and then 3 more.
He is so quick with that ball. He got to the line of scrimmage, bang, bang, and then was out and through that line very, very quickly, much quicker than the other 2 running backs that have carried the ball, including the quarterback, Noah Palmer.
Yep, he was quick and scattered up a ball on the 47-yard line, Hank, of the Eagles. First down and 10, Eagles now driving. Minute 55 left to go in this third quarter. Lions lead it 14-7, Eagles with the ball.
Where did this third quarter go? Wow.
It has kind of gone quicker than most of our games traditionally here at Lawrence High, Hank. At least the ones we call. And a wide receiver lines up past the ball line of scrimmage, and here we go. Handoff again to Love. Love coming up the near side, and he's got a Cole Mondi up there on the initial touch, and able to but not able to bring him down. He's able to pick up 1 yard on that. Mondi stopped him or hurt him
down
right at the line of scrimmage, and able to scamper up. Love is limping off the field, so injured player. But don't think he came off under his own power, but he's definitely not going to be in on this play here.
Quantus Love, a young man who's the junior, along with a lot of the juniors on this Olathe North team, they want to fight against this senior-laden Lions bunch and show them what for. But the Lions so far here in the second half have been taking good care of it with the touchdown. 1 touchdown on 2 possessions, and now this possession's lasted forever here in this third quarter by Olathe North.
Parrish in the backfield with Palmer.
He's plodding down the sideline over here, limping as he does. Wow, yeah.
Palmer in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers the near side, empty on the far side. Palmer calls for the snap. He's got it. Hand off to Parrish. Parrish is brought down.
Boy.
Not even to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be a loss on the play of 1.
He lost a yard gained on that first down play, and now it's third down.
Clock is moving. 47 seconds left to go in this third half, and it looks like 30 seconds on the play clock. It's moving. They'll definitely have to get another play in before this quarter ends.
I think Matt did mean the third quarter, knowing that we usually don't have too many third halves, but I appreciate the third quarter is about over, Matt.
And the far receiver looks like he's lined up on this side of the ball, but don't know what they're going to call. They're calling a timeout. Lawrence High wants a timeout with 26.9 seconds left to go in this third quarter. You're listening to Lawrence High School football, brought to you by 23rd Street Brewery on 1320 KLWN.
Well, I think they're going to have the wind at their back. They didn't stop it to get the wind, did they? The wind didn't change or something. Why do the Lions? Well, maybe they just better make sure they had that pass covered over there on the right.
Well, they don't want to give up this first down.
Well, no, but I'm saying that that third down play has been to that right side, passing the ball twice. And once was a touchdown, and once was a big, big first down, wide open. Don't give this up.
what a defensive battle we have here on 19th Street, and we'll call it Mississippi, my home street. 26 seconds left to go in this third quarter. 14-7, Lions lead it. Eagles have the ball right at midfield. We'll call it the 48-yard line of themselves. And this is a big third down for the Lions and the Eagles.
Big third down. The ball is now in the territory of the Eagles. The Lions want to keep them on that side of the 50 now. They get down and get a first down on this one. It's not good.
Phillips in at running back now for the Eagles. And Lev is not in. Parrish is still in. Palmer's in at quarterback. Palmer's got it. Looking for a blocker. Looking to throw down the field. And he can't get it. And he is brought down in the backfield by Tegan Flynn. What a great stop Tegan did. He chased him all the way down. Brought him down for a 6-yard. Now call it 8-yard loss, Hank.
Tegan Flynn, the senior, number 88 on his back. He went through there and grabbed hold of that quarterback by the back collar and threw him down on the ground. But a great tackle.
Great tackle, bringing up fourth down. They don't move the fourth down marker yet, and I'm not sure exactly why. The referees are talking something over there. No injured players on the ground. The Eagles are watching everything, and there's a flag on the play.
I'm sorry, was that on that tackle? Because they ruled that he grabbed him by the back?
Whatever it was.
Foul, that's it.
Yep.
That's why I was afraid that he had grabbed him by that back, by his back collar.
So horsepower.
I called it that way, and it's a fourth down penalty, or a third down penalty, that brings them almost all the yards necessary for a first down. It's going to be fourth down and 2. So the personal foul, I would have thought, came from the line of scrimmage, but apparently it happened maybe after the play was over, so maybe it wasn't the tackle. They've been over trying to explain it to Steve Rampy on the far side, and it's going to be fourth down now and a long 2 yards to go. That penalty must have happened after the play was over, Matt.
Yeah, and
It wasn't on the tackle.
Of course, don't understand exactly what happens. We can't hear the referees or the explanation. But here we go. That's going to bring up fourth down and 2 for the Eagles. You thought Tegan Flynn had a great play getting through there, but unfortunately that is negated here, and the Lions will have to have a huge stop. This will be a huge stop for the Lions if they can get it. Fourth down and 2. Ball is on the 45-yard line of the Lions. Eagles have it.
That big stop counted, Matt, because they marked it off from where he was tackled. So something happened after the play was over. They let time run out in the third quarter. Maybe I ought to let you call this next play.
I will do whatever you want, Hank. The third time has run out in this third quarter. It'll be a short one. You're listening to Lawrence High School football where the Lions are up 14-7. And when we come back, it'll be the start of this crazy fourth quarter.
You see what
Whether
I mean?
we're rising to meet a moment or the moment comes to meet us, we make our mark by showing up for our team. And when we do, we build something special. We become something bigger, more than something that can be defined on a map. We become a community with a shared understanding that when we rise together, we rise higher. Community America, powering the rise of Kansas City.
Hi folks, if you think it's costly hiring a good roofer...
When it comes to painting the exterior or interior of your home, the decision is easy. Unique Painting, voted best in the Northland for 2 years running in 2018 and 2019. Unique Painting focuses on customers' needs and offers competitive pricing, going the extra mile to make sure customers are completely satisfied. In fact, when 810 Varsity needed a paint job this year, Unique Painting was the only phone call made. Visit anytime at uniquepaintingkc.com.
Palmer's got the ball. Palmer's got the ball. And Guard stops him, but no, he got
the first down. The first down on a fourth down and long 2. It's completed for the first down to the 42-yard line of the Lions, and that unsportsmanlike dead ball penalty cost the Lions dearly here. In case you're just joining us, the Lions had tied the Golden Eagles had tied the score. Fighting Eagles had tied the score at 7 at the halftime. The Lions took a 7-point lead again in the third quarter. Now those Eagles are fighting their way down the field again with the help of a big 15-yard personal foul, and that first down on a fourth down play. There's the quarterback, and he is stopped in his tracks, doesn't get to the line of scrimmage on that play. That's just Noah Palmer's favorite play. Step back, take a look for a hole, and head for it. In that case, number 30 didn't find a hole at all.
No, Dylan Gillespie was right through there, Hank, for that nice top. And you love to see the linemen get through there, as I say all the time. But Dylan Gillespie was through there like a rocket and stopped him for a 1-yard loss on first down and 10.
I got to figure out someday who was that came up with a penalty that was a personal foul after that great tackle, because it wasn't the tackle that got it. Hey, big play on second down as well, as the ball player that got that ball, number 10, Jacob Parrish, has carried the ball for some big ones this evening, and that time he was stopped right back at the original line of scrimmage, about a half-yard gain, so 2 plays get back to the original line of scrimmage, and a timeout has been called down on the field. Do we have an injured player over there amongst all those folks?
Yes, we do, Hank.
And it looks like a Lions player is being helped up, so that's a timeout down there with 10:32 to go in the game. The score, Lions 14, Fighting Eagles 7, as we start this fourth quarter, and he goes off to the sideline. Did you catch the number, Matt?
It looked like Preston Greenwood, looked like 33, Preston Greenwood, but I don't know for a fact. There were people covering up his number, but whoever it was, walked off on his own power. It could have possibly been Bono. It could have been 23, but I don't know, Hank. I'm sorry.
We'll check on it. It's third down now and 10 yards to go. No gain on the first 2 plays after that first down. Here comes the quarterback going to throw the ball. Throw it long down the sideline, and it's caught, I think, over there on the far side of the field. It was a beautifully thrown ball and caught clear down at the 22-yard line. The Lions played defense on that. They had someone there, but the ball was underthrown just a little bit. The player was able to go back and pick it up and catch that for a big, big gain.
Yeah, and Obazon was on in that time, but it was just a great pass, and right as soon as he caught it, Obazon was able to wrap him up and bring him down. But great pass, great catch, and that Eagles are driving.
22-yard line of the Lions. This has been a drive that's lasted for 7 or 8 minutes already. They're well into the fourth quarter now. Here comes the run to the right side. The Lions get him stopped after a pickup of a couple at the 20-yard line. 2 yards on the gain, second down and 8 coming up. But the Lions have got to put the finishing touches on these third and fourth down plays that the Eagles, Fighting Eagles, have come back from and made big, big plays on several third down or the fourth down play in this drive in the past few minutes of this ball game. Each time they do, they're awarded with that first down and keep what's a long drive all the way from inside the 10 all the way down now to the 20-yard line of the Lions.
Second down and 8.
Quarterback tosses the ball back to that number 10 Parrish, and a flag goes down. This may be one of those unwanted penalties by the Fighting Eagles this time. The play was clear down to the 11-yard line, so a big gain, but they're walking back with that flag now. Let's see what they're calling.
Yeah, they're calling it on the Eagles, and that was Palmer kept the ball on that one. He did not hand it off.
I thought 10 had the ball, but it must, as you said, you watched Palmer take off and run. Did you see the call by
It was 30. It's Palmer.
But what about the call on the penalty?
It was against the Eagles.
And apparently a holding penalty.
Yeah.
That's going to get that ball back clear to the 27-yard line. Now, they've had some big penalties against them tonight in that first half, repeatedly getting holding calls. That's the first one here in the second half. An illegal block cost them a first down on that one because they were down inside that 15-yard line. They've got to get down to the 13-yard line. They're at the 26. Quarterback going to throw the ball. He's being rushed. He breaks out of the pocket. Now he's being tackled for a loss. A sack again by the Lions. And a big second down play nets them another loss. The Lions are driving it back, but now they can't run him out of this big third down and long play play coming up after the penalty and after the sack. The Lions have got to get back there and do it again, Matt.
Tegan Flynn was the guy that got back there, so you love to see Tegan again get back there for another big-time sack. You got to give Tegan credit for the sack, but there was also Carson Green was also big-time on that play as well, and then a couple other Lions came in there as well, but Tegan was the first guy back there.
3rd down and 20, back at the 32-yard line. Quarterback is waiting for the snap, looking to the sideline, still looking to the sideline, and now a timeout has been called. Its clock was running down on the length of the time on the play. What we are right now, folks, is a 14-7 Lions lead with 7:38 to go in the game, and a big 3rd down and 20 situation caused by a Lion sack and a penalty against this football team from Olathe, the North Fighting Eagles. And Matt, well, I got to tell you, these two teams have battled. They've each had their good breaks, and they've each had some bad breaks on penalties, and the other team getting big plays.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Hank, this is a game like you and I really have not called. Since I've been with you, all of our games have been longer games. But, boy, this game is moving along. 9 o'clock, and we've got 7 minutes. Now, who knows what these last 7 minutes are?
7 minutes could take 3 days to play.
It really could. But even with the extended time tonight, it's not even 9 o'clock, and this game's 7 minutes away from being over. Now, each team has 2 timeouts left. 7:38 left to go. Eagles driving, but the Lions have really came up big on these last couple plays. 3rd down and 20, and this is going to be key. Now, what we're also seeing, Hank, is that in the last series, they were kind of had a spread offense, did the Eagles, which is different than anything we've seen all night long, and they still have it. 2 wide receivers the far side, 1 wide receiver the near. You got it, Hank.
3rd down and 20 at the
prevent defense for the Lions.
Back in the pocket from the shotgun, throws the ball long down the field, and the pass is it intercepted? I hope it was intercepted because somebody caught it down there. The ball is Jules Guard makes the interception. All right, Jules Guard, a great interception. They're ruling him down at the 2-yard line. He went into the end zone with the ball, but he was knocked backwards as he started to run. The Lions have it 1st down at the 2 after a much-needed Jules Guard interception deep in the territory, their own territory, and stop that touchdown drive with the interception.
And what a pickup by Jules Guard. Hank, that ball was thrown unlike any other ball that was thrown tonight by the Eagles. Wow. There were 3 Lions in that area, and Jules Guard able to pick it up.
And he got it away from that Eagle down there, and now the Lions have to.
99 yards to go.
That's all, just 99.
Devin Neal got it. He broke it through. 20, 25, 30, 1 man to beat. 50, 40, 30. Devin Neal's got it all the way. 99-yard touchdown for the Lions. What a play. What a great run by Devin Neal. And that is why he's going to KU.
Matt, it was a great call.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself, Hank. I know it's your corner. I had to take it away from you, buddy.
Matt Llewellyn just called the longest touchdown run in the 21st century by a Lawrence Lion. And here comes a very important extra point by the Lions kicker, Galinder. Here's the kick, and it is up, and it is perfect, right through the goalpost. The Lions 2 touchdowns. Could you tell Matt that Llewellyn's happy?
I want to run down to the field and put Devin Neal on my shoulders right now.
Be careful.
You know that's where I'm going at the end of this game.
You're dropping, Matt. This is it. The Lions get a 2nd touchdown lead. That's the biggest they've had all night. It comes with 7:14 to go in the ball game. We'll be back to call this last half of the ball game, the last half of the 4th quarter, right after this timeout.
Was that officially 99 yards, guys?
My name is Richard Holden, owner, member manager of LKS Imagine here in Lawrence, Kansas.
What is LKS Imagine?
We are an embroidery and garment print shop. We embroider in-house. We garment print in-house as well. We're involved in the community. We want to support our community. And if you're looking for either of those services, give us a try, and we'll do the best that we can to keep and earn your business.
How can people find you?
You can visit our website, www.lksimagine.com. We also have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. LKS Imagine, your contact for work, leisure, and sport.
Wow, you talk about a critical play, and I was saying, boy, we just got to get this ball out of there, get it out to at least the 30 or 35-yard line, make them punt the ball. If they make us punt the ball, make it a long enough kick that they have to really drive here in the last few minutes. Instead of that, on first down, the handoff goes to the touchdown man. Third of the night, Evan Neal goes 98 yards officially. There's a short pooch kick that's going to be taken a big bounce down there. Did it go out of bounds?
No, it was caught at the 35-yard line.
Right at the 35. So no run back on that kick. And that pooch kick, I think, was on purpose. So
I would imagine, Hank, they didn't want any chance. The thing about it is, this has been such a defensive battle, barring the 98-yard touchdown run by Devin Neal. But it's been a defensive battle, Hank.
Yeah,
they just don't want any crazy stuff to happen. They did that on purpose, absolutely. Let's give them the ball on the 35. They haven't been able to get it 50 yards a drive the whole night long. Let's stop them here.
Lawrence High School's got to play some stout defense now. There's 7:13 to go in this ball game. The Lions playing defense for the fourth quarter. They're defending that north goal, and there is the intent of the strength and the hard running of this north team. They just showed that with their player, Quantez Love, who pushed and pushed and pushed, and was finally stopped after gaining 9 yards against this Lions team that doesn't ever give up extra yards. They did on this one. He got hit first after about a 5-yard pickup and gained 4 more just on sheer determination.
Yeah, and Love is back in the game, so he's back in the game now.
He's back. Second down and a yard at the 45. Quarterback keeps it, runs over that other side. He's got a big hole. He almost breaks it all the way. Could it be the defenses are getting a little tired out there now?
I don't think so. The Lions are in kind of a prevent defense, Hank. They're not tight like they were before. And that ball was deep. And Cole Mondy was the one with the tackle. Credit Cole Mondy and Jules Guard. But it was deep for Cole to get it.
And that again with Parrish that carried it. So they Love and Parrish each on this drive so far have gained the big yards. 21-7. That's the big score number. That's the important number on the board. Yeah, yards are being given up. Olathe North may get another touchdown. We just got to make sure they have to take a long, long time to get it. So get those running plays stopped.
And they're not hurrying. I mean, they feel like
second down and 6 yards to go. The ball is right there at the 33-yard line.
And they're not trying to get out of bounds either.
The Lions pass it back. That try to turn the corner.
Jules
Guard makes a tackle in the backfield on that one. But
they hit him in the backfield. I think he was able to pick up a yard.
That's that kid again, Quantez Love, I believe, number 5, or Parrish perhaps to carry the ball.
No, that's Parrish.
That's Parrish that carried it. He got it back to the 32-yard line, so actually gained half a yard. It's third down and 5, but he was stopped 4 yards deep in the backfield by the Lions that made that tackle initially. And
Jules Guard. Jules Guard was up and hit him before he got to the line of scrimmage. He was just able to keep his feet down and keep on moving.
Third down, 5 yards to go. The Lions got to keep him out of the end zone. Love turning up the field. He turns it. He's got a first down and then some. Gets it clear down to the 22-yard line. He needed to get to just about 12 yards on that running play. And the first down is there. That's the kind of play they've been coming up with on third down.
And you know, one thing we haven't seen tonight, Hank, we've seen great defensive effort on by both teams, but we haven't seen any huge hits. That's kind of what's different. Blake Schimmel had the stop on that, but then he was able to drag him a couple more yards. So it was a nice stop by Schimmel, but it wasn't a huge hit. Haven't seen anybody put in the devastating hit like we normally do by this Lions team.
5 minutes to go in the game. Down by 2 touchdowns. North with the ball. Keeper by the quarterback. He's got the turn, and he's got it inside the 5-yard line. Just like that, a running play clear down to the 5, and then inside the 5 by that great young quarterback that's going to be back another year. Noah Palmer gets him right down to the goal line and almost in the first and goal at the 3.
And Trey Jackson with the stop. If it went for Trey, it would have been 6 points, but
they got to use more time. That's one thing. The time on the clock shows 4:38. Still time for Olathe North to be able to get a couple of scores. There's the quarterback keeping it running out to the left and into the end zone from the 3. There the Lions had his cutoff done the first few steps of that run to the left, but then there was a big hole out there on that left side, and that young quarterback took it in for the touchdown.
Well, that was Parrish. That was the running back.
He handed it off to Parrish. Now the try for the extra point to get the Fighting Eagles within a touchdown. Here comes the snap. There it is. Ball goes down. Kick goes up. It looks good, and it is. That's it. 4.5 minutes to go in this game. 21-14. It's like the Fighting Eagles and the Lions games of many, many years back into the 1970s and 80s when the Lions and the Eagles were fighting it out for state championship honors. And here they go again in 2020, fighting the same kind of battle. We'll be back with that second half, that's kickoff after the touchdown right after this 30-second timeout.
West Campus is opening soon. With cutting-edge technology and a beautiful new campus, the West Campus offers a variety of services under one roof, providing you with convenient and efficient care. Experience collaborative care from our clinics and physicians to get you the care you need almost entirely in one visit, sometimes without even switching exam rooms. Stay tuned to our social media and visit lmh.org for updates and important information. LMH Health, your partner for life.
Lawrence High School football on KLWN. I've had the joy of continually calling the Lions since 1973. I called my first games for Lawrence High School back in the early 1960s, about mid-1960s, and I missed a few then. Uncle Sam wanted me to show up for a while. I missed a few years when that was going on, but now back with the Lions again for the past few years since 1973, and this is traditional Lawrence High School, Olathe North, isn't it? It's like the traditional Lawrence High School and pre-state games have been. It's like Lawrence High School and Shawnee Mission North used to be, and before that Lawrence High School and Topeka, or Lawrence High School in Manhattan. Those were the big games back there in the 1950s and 60s, and the battles went on and on. The Manhattan team broke the Lions.
I thought someone talked to you about not talking about games that far back, Hank.
Well, there are some people listening tonight that played in those games.
I'm just giving you a hard time. I don't remember any of that. All I know is we've got a whale of a game here and a great defensive battle with a couple of great little offensive bursts.
All right,
and it is a beautiful defensive battle by both teams.
Yeah, some of my friends and co-players on that 1963 Lions State Championship team that went undefeated, and the lowest scored against team in Lawrence High School history as well. The bottom line is there's some guys from 63 that listen to every game. There are guys from 64 do, and 65, and I know those guys are a little older, but they're still listening. Here we go. There's the kickoff. Big long kick down to a fair catch.
Yeah, the 19, Hank. They kicked it right to Chitama at the 19, and he fair caught it, and they're going to get it to him on the 20.
They didn't want to take a chance on a run back because there was a high kick. Chitama probably could have run that back for some yardage, but it was a very high kick, very short kick, and the Lions get it at the 20. I'm not sure why Chitama didn't run that.
Well, I think what they're trying to do, Hank, is they didn't want any mistakes. They didn't want to risk a fumble. They wanted to catch that ball, hold it in, and not go anywhere, and let's run some clock. If we can, they only have 2 timeouts left, do the Eagles. 4.5 minutes to play left in this game. 21-14. Lions lead it with the ball.
There's the handoff, and the handoff goes right up the middle, and it goes for nothing. Ain't nothing there. They lose yardage. The loss will be back to the 17-yard line. Very rarely do you see any handoff from a Lions quarterback.
Yeah, and it didn't
look down at the 19.
And he didn't look like he was real fired up. Devin Neal got the ball, and normally that's, Devin's going to take that. Now, 26 seconds on the play clock, 4:03 left on the time clock, so it's going to run down to about, and I would imagine they're going to let it run down, but they're lined up like they're ready to go.
wait a minute. They still got 15
seconds left. He's got it. He's got a man downfield. He's throwing it.
Oh, overthrown. That pass that was just thrown was from the quarterback that has thrown many great long passes all year long, but he was unable to get that one completed. It was overthrown by Dooley, and it's third down now and 11 yards to go for the Lions. That stops the clock with 3:48, Matt. The Lions go for a pass, and it's incomplete. They tried to sneak up on him. They probably thought Olathe North's going to play this for the run all the way. They didn't run it. They passed it incomplete, and the clock stops, and the Lions have to get a big play or punt the ball back to the team that just drove the field and scored against them.
Three wide receivers.
There you go.
Empty backfield.
Back in the field, going to throw the ball. Downfield it goes, and it's going to be intercepted. I believe it's midfield.
No, he dropped the ball.
Oh my gosh! Well, maybe that one would have been better than the punt.
It would have really.
It's midfield. The guy went backwards to try to intercept, and that pass play many times this year has been a long completion from the Lawrence High quarterback, but not this time around. As the ball was overthrown, almost intercepted, and the guy that passed it when he fell dropped the ball. Here comes the quarterback, the kicker, and he's going to punt the ball away. It's a kick, and it's going to be taken right at 50.
That was the hit we've been looking for.
That was the hard.
Wow.
Whoever caught that ball down there, was that long?
I don't care who caught it, but Blake Schimmel laid him out, Hank. And wow. And I'll tell you, you get 2 extra yards and about 8 more seconds by that the player from Olathe North not making the interception on that last play. But boy, I'll tell you what, Parrish is going to feel that one tomorrow, because Blake Schimmel was bailing down that field, and he just went through that man like an arrow, and he went back 2 yards after that hit by Schimmel.
Let's not laugh till the Lions win this one. It is 21-14, just 50 yards away are the Fighting Eagles. They hand it off, and the Lions get there this time after a very short gain by that running back. I believe that is number 10 coming up with the ball.
Yeah, Cole Mondi, though, stopped him, and Dylan Gillespie. So you love it when the lineman and the linebacker line up for that tackle. Nice work, just maybe a yard on that gain. Second down 9.
Parrish, the ball carrier, gets half a yard, actually. We'll call it still second down, basically 9.5 yards to go. Snap back, quarterback hands it off. Big hole, he's got a big run. That's the kind of run we've seen a lot more of. The quarterback handed that ball off, faked his own run to the right, but that handoff went to that number 5 that time, and he was having that limp when he got up because he limped off and had to be helped off after getting injured, but a big gain before he started limping to the 39-yard line. So 11 yards on that gain. It's first down. The Eagles trying to score what would be a tying touchdown here if they can get the touchdown and a 1-point conversion.
Ball was stopped on first down, Hank. They're going to give him a 1-yard gain there, so 1-yard gain, second down, and 9 yards to go.
2:20 to go in the game. That's it. 2:20 on that clock, and it's running because there's just one timeout left. And they're looking and looking at the sideline. They're taking all kinds of time. My gosh, they've gone down 20 seconds since the play was over. They're still looking, and they're now going to go up very slowly to the line of scrimmage. I'm telling you, 25 seconds ran off the clock.
And not in a prevent defense. This Lions defense does not want another first down.
There we go. Handoff up the middle. No.
Nothing doing.
Nothing doing that time for the quarterback. He had to jump a little bit to go up and get the ball, and he was snapped down right away.
Carson Green made that hit, but then Trevor Bars is talking some junk. They went right over Trevor, and Trevor had to stop, but Carson Green cleaned up the garbage, and you could tell that Trevor was talking some garbage to the Olathe North lineman there.
Let's keep that garbage to our
minute 30 left to go in this game. Lions up 21-14.
It's third down and 10. The ball at the 38-yard line. 3rd and 10. Quarterback going to throw the ball. Long pass down the near side. It's
incomplete.
Incomplete. 4th down and 10. That's that long pass down the side that we've seen completed a number of times, including for a touchdown tonight. This time underthrown thrown and incomplete. 4th down and 10. 4th down and 10. A minute 15 clock is stopped. The Lions stop them here. Don't give them a first down. They'll win this game. But the Lions have to stop this 4th down and 10 to make sure they've got the win. And this team from Olathe has made big play after big play all night. It's a 4th down and 10 to go. Can they get another one? Quarterback's got the snap back, going to throw the ball downfield. It's an incomplete again. No, it's complete. It's complete for a big 15-yard gain down inside the 25, and it's 1st down. Eagles with a minute 9 to go, and that's just what they've done all night, Matt. They've moved that ball on long pass plays to the sides all night long. This one they get to the 24. 1st down. Quarterback keeps the run to the right side, not much there at all. The stop is made by the Lions after a 2-yard pickup.
Call a timeout.
Timeout is called. The last timeout up there on the board.
No, they've got one more after this, Hank.
They do, I'm sorry, they do have one more. I was looking at the Lions timeout. The Lions out of timeout. They don't need to stop the clock. They want it to run like crazy. It's now going to be 2nd down and 7. Coming up on this next play, we're going to keep it right here, Matt. I don't want to take a chance we'd miss anything. But a 2nd down and call it 8. That's what's on the scoreboard here. But that ball has been moved from midfield down here to the 22-yard line. There's just 55 seconds on the clock. But the Lions have got to get this stop right here because they can score from out here, or they can certainly score when they get it down inside the 10 or 15-yard line.
Well, either way, they're leaving very little margin for error for the Lions. They've got to get them stopped, Hank. 22-yard line, 2nd down, 8 yards to go. And here you go, Hank. You got this call.
Under a minute. 2nd down, 8 yards.
Tight formation.
The quarterback is in tight with all of his players now. He's going to keep it, going to throw the ball back the other way. A Lion falls down. Another
not complete. No flags.
No flags. It's incomplete in the end zone. And that Lion that came over from, where did he come from? Because the Lion who was guarding him fell down back at the goal line. The pass was 5 yards deep in the end zone, and one of the Lions came over and knocked it away. 47 seconds left. It's 3rd down and 8 now. That pass was on the money, but it was batted away by a Lion. Did you see
Oberzon is down there in the end zone, so Oberzon came up with that stop.
Big bat down there on that pass play. There is one timeout left for the goal. The
3rd down and 8. 23-yard line.
To go at the 22-yard line.
Lions lead at 21-14.
Ahead by a point. It's down by a touchdown. Back in the pocket. Quarterback wants to throw it. That's short. The Lions are up, and they've got him. They've stopped him at the 22-yard line, I believe.
They're calling stop the clock. He was able to run out of bounds.
Their timeout. He did get out of bounds. 38 seconds to go. And it's going to be a 4th down and 8 yards to go. They apparently didn't gain anything on that.
Oh, they called a timeout, Hank, so they did keep it in bounds. So they had to use their last timeout. I thought they did too. When I saw the referee stop the clock, I was thinking he got out of bounds, but not doing. 38.2 seconds to go. 21-14 Lions lead. We're all on the 21-2-yard line.
Yep, right where it was.
4th down, 8 yards to go.
This is it. The Lions have to stop this 4th down play. They've also then got to stop probably at least 2 more plays after that because if they don't get this 4th down play, they'll have the ball back. It's over. They stop them here on 4th down. It's over. The Lions win it. If they get the 1st down, the Fighting Eagles have to fight like crazy to get that ball across the goal line. They don't have any more timeouts left. Here we go. They lead by touchdown, the Lions, 21-14. Eagles trying to score it back. Going to look right, going to look left. Pass is complete. Touchdown. A beautiful pass for a touchdown. Completed at the 5-yard line. The Lion on defense fell down at the 5, and it was in for a touchdown. What a pass. What a catch. The Eagles within a point of tying the score. We're going to have overtime, I think, Matt.
No way. Our Lions are going to get the ball, and we're going to score right away, Hank. That's what's going to happen. If you're looking for a prognostication, I'll give it to you. And let's see if we can't get this, block this extra point. Haven't done it all year, but if we can do something here on this extra
They're
point.
going to go for 2. Looks like they're going for 2, Matt. That's what they're doing. They're going to try to win it right here, right now.
Timeout, Lawrence High.
Lawrence High is going to use their last timeout. We got to keep it here, Matt. I'd love our sponsors to get a commercial, but this is too important. This is the ball game. This is the difference between a season, with a 1 loss and an undefeated season. They complete this 2-point conversion pass, Olathe North wins this game. Very likely wins this game. Homecoming for the Lions. They're playing the long battles. They're a team they battled many years, the Olathe North Fighting Eagles. They're down now to a situation where the Eagles can go for a 2-point conversion. They miss it, it's over, the Lions win. They make it, they get a 1-point win in all likelihood over the Lions with just 32 seconds on the clock. What a battle this Olathe North team has put up. Number 1 and number 2, they're right here tonight, Matt. They're right here tonight.
And the Eagles, they have got a smaller squad than the Lions do, and a lot of their guys are playing both ways. So it's the question of whether or not you do the playing the players both ways, or do the pool play like the Lions are doing.
Lawrence High School now has to stop this 2-point conversion try to keep an undefeated season. Here it is. This is it. Quarterback hands it off out to the outside, turns the corner upfield. They got him stopped. I think they did. They stopped him. The Lions stopped that quarterback. They didn't get the 2.5 yards. The Lions stopped him, Matt. You were right. They got that stop. The young man that ran the ball, their quarterback, Noah Palmer, had run for big plays all night long. That time, the left side of the Lions defense piled in there and stopped him at the goal line. He didn't get it. The Lions now lead it 21-20, and just a kickoff coming up. Throw on that ball, get that ball, run a play, take a knee, and this one's over.
Do I have to tell you who made the tackle, Hank? Do I have to tell you?
Yes, you do.
Why?
Because it's so much fun for you to do.
Let me tell you. You need something great to happen on defense. Who do you call? Come on. Who do you call, Hank? Who do you watch? What number do you have your eyes on? And it certainly has been that way. 22! Oh, Monty made the stop. My boy Colmondi in that homecoming court, not big enough night for him. He makes the biggest spot of the game. And I'll tell you, we're giving Colmondi the game ball, because that was the difference between winning the game and not winning the game. That stop there by Colmondi on the goal line, Hank.
You know what? He may have made that. The linemen, those poor guys up here on that front 4, they're the ones that slowed the play down.
I went from wanting to go pick up Devin Neal and squeeze him and hug him, but now I'm going to go down there and hug Cole Mondi.
Don't try to pick Cole up.
I'm not going to try to pick you up. I'd break your bones. I won't do that, Hank. I promise.
Don't pick up Cole either, because he'll throw you through the goalpost.
Oh, I would hate to get into a tussle.
They're going to try an onside kick. You know that. You know,
we've got the good hand teams out there, guys. Hit that ball and fall on it. That's what you do. Hit the ball, fall on it.
32 seconds is left in the game. The Lions lead it by a point. Onside kick try coming right here. The Lions now have to get that ball, take good care of it, and they will be able to win it. That ball is caught by a Lion on the far side of the field, I believe.
We don't know yet.
Line. No signal that the Lions don't have it. And Olathe East would be going, North would be going crazy on that west side of the field.
Lions got it.
The Lions got the ball. No, Olathe North has been celebrating, dancing, jumping up and down. And instead of that, the ball gets going.
And all they need to do now is
50-yard line.
All they need to do is get in there and spike, not spike the ball.
I worried that the Lions.
Just get the ball, fall on it. Take a knee.
I worried that the
Victory formation, Hank. Here we go.
I worried that the Lions had a punch situation where they caught it before it had gone 10 yards, but they got it just the other side of the 50-yard line. Now they'll take a knee.
That's it.
And that's the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Your Lawrence. They beat the number. The Olathe North Fighting Eagles. Do you think Matt Llewellyn is having a good time tonight?
You think we're going to be at 23rd Street Brewery celebrating later tonight, Hank? What do you think about that?
I think folks, 23rd Street Brewery probably, well, it's after 9.
I'm going to owe these coaches a pop or two, I think. Yes, sir.
No alcohol sales after 9 now.
No, after 11, Hank. Come on. Hank, you're killing me out there, dog. You're killing me.
I'm sorry.
No, you come on out there. We're going to be open. Kitchen's open. Brewery's open. Let's go. It's a night to celebrate. Lions win it 21-20 on a Cole Monday. Stop at the goal line for the 2-point conversion. Cole Monday is the man of the hour. Devin Neal, called Devin Neal on offense, Cole Monday on defense, and really just because of the one play. But Cole really did have a great night. I was thinking about it before the end of the game. I was thinking about calling the whole defense for just a great defensive play all night long. But wow, you got to give it to Devin Neal on offense. You got to give it to Cole Monday on defense.
This team that we're playing tonight and beat tonight by a point, we may end up playing them in a state championship game later. If the Lions playing that Western Division would end up winning and getting to the state playoff, they'd play somebody from the Eastern Division, and this North team may be the favorite to get to that championship game of Class 6A this year. We'll have to wait and see. Lots of things to happen between now and then. But that bunch down there in the red jerseys and black numerals and white pants with those great black helmets are the winners tonight. They've beaten the number 2 team in the state, Olathe North. They beat them by a point. It was a game to cherish and remember for the Lions fans. Frankly, this Olathe team played their hearts out. They left everything on that field. Their coach, Chris McCartney, down there now telling them just that. He's saying, look, guys, we got a lot of games to play yet this year, and we're not going to let this one get us down. We're going to get a chance to get back at these guys sometime in the future. McCarty's got a great team. You know Steve Lampy's got a great team. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick 1-minute timeout to get things kind of pulled together, and we'll wrap up our Lawrence High Olathe North broadcast.